and we'll lie. Oh, wait, my damn sound effects weren't queued up. There we go.
We're lying.
Hello and welcome back to the Sigil stream. My name, as always, is Harlan Guthrie, and tonight we're here with Hereafter, the First Fire, Chapter 14. Woo! Whoa, they came quickly. That's right. I am joined once again by the ever-talented Erica.
I chipped in by also doing live clapping.
Yeah.
The analog is always superior.
Yeah.
The amazing and talented Joe.
Hello.
Like slowly.
I'll do it for myself. Yes,
I'm pressing
thank you.
them.
Oh, thank you, everybody.
Let me reset my soundboard for a second.
That's okay. I'll just entertain the folks.
There we go.
Check this out.
Yeah.
That's the real stuff. They were waiting for that. That's what it was.
Oh,
The One Ring. What old
Yes.
Sauron down
and
it
then
is
of
now.
course, oh my god, my soundboard's all messed up. And then of course, Gary.
Happy birthday!
And it wouldn't be anything without Ahmed.
Yeah! Oh.
How many are there?
Oh, no.
Oh my god, we're here.
We giggle about that as if it's cute. That we were watching a savage attack upon defenseless puppets, and we're just sitting there just letting it happen.
You know, it's funny. We were watching an episode of Raising Hope tonight. Welcome, everyone, by the way. Blah, blah, blah.
Welcome
sorry,
to
hi.
Sigil
Hi, everybody.
stream.
But we were watching an episode of Raising Hope where they're
Great show.
talking about that. There's like two squirrels they see in the park. Like, you know, the male squirrel doing the terrible thing that they do, though it is the animal kingdom. And they're like outraged by it, and they like and then like the park ranger or whatever was like, "This is like natural. This is the way it happens." And all that kind
Yeah,
of stuff.
they bring the squirrel to the vet to get
it chemically castrated.
Its, balls chopped off.
Oh, I guess
Like-
physically castrated.
Physically.
Wild
Oh, there we
squirrel.
go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
They're
trap
like,
it because they're like,
"This
this is a
fucker is."
squirrel
Yeah,
rapist.
they're like, we're not okay with this squirrel rapist.
I
My soundboard
support
is
that.
not
I support
working.
I support not supporting that.
You're
Yeah.
having a lot of trouble
Yeah,
there.
Me too. I'm
You
gonna
had trouble
quit
with your
Stream
camera,
Deck.
with your light,
Hang on.
I'm gonna kick
and
it
now
back
with your.
on.
Anyway,
I got you, fam.
it's a good episode. I like that show.
It's a great
I've
show.
not seen it.
I
fun.
cry.
I don't know if you ever watched My Name is Earl, but it's by the dude who
I
did that.
have seen that. I'm trying to
There's-
think if the guy who My Name is Earl, the guy who is Earl,
Yeah.
lives in my town, and he owns
Texas?
a pizza place in Denton, Texas. He owns a pizza place called Earl's. I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure it's someone famous like that who like is
Jason,
like, really?
what's
They
his
live
name?
here?
Hold on, Jason. It's gonna come to me.
Lee?
Jason Lee. That's it. I think.
I
Yeah,
have
did you
to
already
double
Google
check
it?
that fact.
Only
but,
Joe is muted, so only Joe is the one who might potentially be googling this furiously right now.
Oh, I'm
Everyone else
absolutely.
did.
No,
I'm
I'm googling Denton, Texas, because I wanted to see where Gary lives.
that
now
means
we
that you
all
can
know.
openly lie to the rest of us because we're not checking.
It's a burb of Dallas.
Yeah,
A
yeah,
Burb
yeah.
of
Right outside of
Yeah.
Dallas.
The Burbs, also a great movie. Sorry, I'm currently now, I guess, installing the update of my Stream Deck to make this thing work.
Oh, for
Professionally
the Elgato
installing.
Still not working.
That's okay.
We can supply the
Ahmed's
sound
got
effects
you.
ourselves. You tell us what you want, and we will do it.
You know, it's weird. My computer's sort of been on the fritz for some reason. I think it's possessed, to be honest. Yeah, it
Are you Mac or
reboot
PC?
itself the other night for no reason,
Pick.
which I don't know why. And then also a number of other programs weren't working yesterday. Maybe I got one of them subtle
The computer's
viruses.
got COVID.
Subtle virus, just a gentle one. Just comes in just to bother things, just to
just
touch
annoy
everything
things.
in your room and then leave.
It's like an annoying virus. It's just kind
Yeah.
of like, hey, move the program a little bit to the right.
Oh man, do you guys remember those programs that you could get back in like the? I mean, I'm sure there's like really awesome versions
The
now, but my Oma
2000s?
Opa used to have one where it was a cat that would live on your desktop, and he would
Yeah.
like walk on top of the windows in
Yeah.
your different browsers.
Need a dog.
And
They
he would,
have
like,
those?
bat files around on your desktop. It's so
No,
cute.
that was one of the ones
Microsoft
like
Bob.
Clippy. It was like Clippy, I think, because you could do different
Oh,
versions if you
yeah.
didn't want actual Clippy itself. They had a cat,
I
but then
feel
they
yeah, they had like a
also-
wizard as well.
It was
Yeah.
a black and white cat. I
Yeah.
remember.
Yeah.
They have
guys
like
remember
new things
Chips-
right now like that.
Chips
Eat it.
I'm
Challenge?
sure.
Yes!
Oh,
Yes! Thank
Chips
God! Yes!
Thank God.
Level 5 has still scars me to this day. That was the first one where you got to
Thank
like walk
God.
around, and then that little monster started chasing you. I'm just glad other people know what it is.
Well, you can. I'm
Erica's
pretty sure
been
you can
waiting
play
for
it
someone
in
to-
your browser.
Use
Yeah,
the
you can-
activation phrase.
There's
Yeah.
surely an app for it as well.
It's also on
Oh.
Steam apparently.
It's Chips
Yeah,
Challenge is on
like it's a
Steam.
bit. It's
Wow.
like a remake. It's a
The
remake,
Windows
but it looks.
95. You can get ski free as well.
It looks
Jazz
pretty.
Ball.
I remember that one too. Yeah, I remember Ski Free, but it looks pretty authentic to the original. If I'm being honest,
I'm
Like,
on
it's
board.
got-
Ooh, that brings back a lot of memories. The keys.
Right?
That's not the right guy. That's the right guy. There you go.
Yeah.
The random fire. The keys. You got the swim. The
There we go.
swim.
Chips challenge.
Flaps.
Yeah, you got to get the boots to get the thing. To get the
Yeah.
thing.
There's a whole thing.
Such a good game.
Such a good game through nostalgia's eyes. Do we think?
I
Probably,
played it
right?
recent-ish, like in the last few years, and was like, I still suck at this, but I still like it.
Yeah, there is
I'm-
something sort of perennial.
I'm either
about it.
too old or not Canadian enough. I don't know. I don't know what Chips Challenge.
Well,
is.
Gary's not.
Garrett,
Canadian.
you
I
have
don't-
raised yourself
I'm
above
less
Ahmed in terms
Canadian
of
than
Canadian.
you.
Yeah,
I also
It's
don't
a
know what
hierarchy
Chips
now.
challenges.
No,
Okay, so
Gary
it
is
goes-
definitely more
He's
Canadian
from a
than
lot
Ahmed.
of different places. Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
Yeah,
the
thank you.
ski-free-
Just bring
Yeah,
up all
I
my
know
nightmares,
that.
aren't you?
No, but I definitely think Gary's more Canadian than Ahmed purely through the UK
We share some
route.
syllables and pronunciations.
Yeah, like
There you go.
color.
Spellings.
We're never going to disagree on the spelling of color.
No, yeah. And pasta. It's actually one of my, like,
Pasta.
inaugurations. One of the first things that happened in Sound Booth was, like, I heard Justin said pasta once in a book, and that Sin
Yeah,
was like,
sorry,
okay, I have to
sorry
correct
for
that.
me.
So now every book I do, I'll say pasta just somewhere
pasta.
Just to get them?
see if Sin catches it.
Why? Because
Do
they
you
do
guys say-
pasta.
Do you also say pasta?
I would say pasta, yeah.
Pasta.
In American, I would pasta. Get
Okay,
that
the-
pasta. Carbonara.
The one really subtle thing that I've noticed between
Pasta.
Americans and Canadian pronunciation is the word appreciate. Because I find that Americans say appreciate.
Never say it. Oh.
Appreciate.
Oh, well, they have a whole day for thanking things.
It's the
so.
same as sorry, right? We say sorry and they say fuck
Sorry.
you.
But everyone brings up the sorry thing. Nobody ever talks
Thank
about
you.
appreciate.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I'm like,
I'm
I don't
sad
know if I'm
that
the only
mine's-
one hearing it.
No, it's right. Appreciate.
Appreciate.
I've also mentioned this before, but roof. They all say
Yes.
roof weird. Like
have-
roof,
Yeah.
Roof.
Some
That's
say
the
Roof
regional
lawyer.
thing.
and some say roof.
Roof.
On the roof. In the
Put it
room.
this way,
I say
what's his
roof.
name? What's his name from Home Improvement says rough, and
So
he
does
is
John C.
my.
McGinley from Scrubs.
Does he? Well, I
Are
like
they
me some John
Canadians?
C. McGinley.
Who
There's a
doesn't
part
like
where-
a John C?
Yeah. Johnny
But I will
C.
say in that,
John
in that
C.
Christmas
Reilly.
Carol, up on the rooftop, they all say rooftop.
Roof. The rooftop.
Up on the rough top.
They don't say that,
No, I
as
know.
far as I'm aware.
That means we're
so-
right. That means we did it right.
Yeah!
That's right.
Getting in there, little by little.
Oh, there
that
they go.
worked.
They're like on a weird delay. Like I pressed them. Well, some of them are working. I don't get it. You know
just
what?
savoring
You're gonna have
the
to-
moment.
Maybe your stream deck is in some kind of limbo.
Oh, you know what? When I turned on my voice meter, it sort of gave me a warning. It was like, "Hey, something's wrong,"
Something.
and I was like,
We're not going to tell you what it is.
"Ignore."
I am not coping today.
So I'm gonna turn it off and on back. This is good. This is good.
I mean, it's either voice meter, banana, or potato. Like, why do they name it those things?
It's cute, and somebody names it whatever they're feeling in the moment.
I
They're hungry.
have potato, so it did. It gave me the same warning. It said bad audio driver installation detected.
Bad audio driver.
Some audio stream could not work correctly. In case of unexplained audio problem, you may consider checking driver installation tool.
Yeah, we have to redo the drivers.
You
This
gotta
was
do the
fine.
drivers.
This was fine the other day. I don't know why it's got to be such a
Something got into them. They hung out with other drivers that were like a bad
Ah, it's
influence.
true.
their baby driver. Anyway, speaking of some bad, sad news, something that we want to shout out, the creator of this channel, Sigil Stream, is a good friend now, Aaron.
He's a really sweet guy.
Very sweet guy. We're being genuine for a moment here. Unfortunately, he and his wife are having a very tough time of it. Primarily, his wife is currently fighting cancer, and they have... Yeah, and so they've set up a GoFundMe, which I shared on my Facebook as well, and I'm going to drop the link right down here. I know that's not really a useful link, gofund.me, but you can take a second and screenshot it.
27
Oh, here, I'll do
B098 D5.
And you can read the story there. I don't want to get too much into it, not because it's not a extremely important cause, because I genuinely think these people are very, very nice. But because I also know Aaron is such a kind spirit that, you know, he wouldn't want us lingering too much on this. But
And we'll let the Acevedos tell the story in their own words.
yeah, exactly. But I'll drop the link for these wonderful people who are interested, as well as if you have the means and the ability, please consider donating. Every little bit helps. And
100%.
I think Joe and I are going to be hopefully planning to do some sort of stream, some sort of charity stream to
Help fundraise.
help fundraise. So
Raise
we'll
the
see.
funds.
Yeah. Anyway, bit of a dour note, and I apologize. And I don't know why I gave myself.
If
a
you're
crap.
listening,
I don't know what
Aaron,
sound effect fits this.
we're
Let's
thinking
go
about you.
with crickets.
No.
Hey, it's
That
working
makes sense.
again.
Moment of silence for that. That works. Yeah.
A moment of crickets.
Yeah, cancer is a terrible, terrible, terrible thing.
Motherfucker of a thing.
It is
Yep.
a motherfucker, and I think literally anyone would agree that it is a motherfucker.
Fuck yeah, it is.
And it's a terrible shame. And Aaron and his wife are wonderful people, and I feel for them. I really do. But now let's play role-playing games and totally forget about that. Apparently, it's tough to switch gears like that.
It is tough.
And I don't want to seem disheartened, but obviously there's also sort of a, you know, who knows? Aaron might be watching this and hoping to break away from it. So
Yeah.
I'm walking the fine line between like recognizing the truths of going on and then also trying to be that disassociation that some people need when they play role-playing games. So please do not take my hard switch as anything other than me just trying to move forward with life. Because
Gleeful escapism.
yeah, hard switch now. What, bazooey?
Poops and farts and butts. Ugh.
How is everyone's weekend? Poops and farts.
I just
and butts.
scalped myself.
Oh, my
Made a
laugh
very-
is working again.
I had a very mixed day today.
Yeah?
I nearly chopped my finger off cutting
No,
Let's see
Gary.
that.
I'm
Zoom
Let's
in.
get it close
Enhance.
Oh, let me see. Look at that. Come on, you fucking camera. Look at
Yes.
the details.
up.
Well, anyway, but I also had a very good thing happen, which when I say what it is, most of the people will be like, oh, okay. But for me, it was fucking brilliant. I have discovered my ideal chair to table height ratio for work,
Oh, that's so
and it is
good.
fucking magic.
Let's just do this.
That's fantastic.
It's amazing. It feels so good to be like, this was how it should have been all along. And,
Yes.
like, something
I
tells
hope
you.
it stays like that perfect every single time. 'Cause I know
I
sometimes you
think
get
it
into the
will.
whole adjusty thing. Sometimes you think, okay, today I'll make it a little bit better to recapture
Don't
the
mess with
feeling.
perfection.
This is it, because I've been in those funks before where you're like, I'll move the mic here. No, I'll move it here. No, I'll move it here.
Yeah.
I'll move it here. But it's like, but this is just like, yes.
You know, I'm with you. Like, I totally get that feeling every once in a while, right? Like, I don't know, you're like taking a nap and you roll over and you lift. What is that? Peach plum?
Peach plum, le quoi? Le quoi?
Ah, le quoi? Le long.
le
Je ne sais le quoi.
good.
But you know, you're like napping and you roll over and you get like you're like perfectly comfortable all of a sudden and you're like,
Yeah.
oh,
It's just
I did
cool
that
enough.
this afternoon.
it's always the time you have to pee though,
Perfect.
isn't it? I'm always like,
Or when you have to get up out of bed, it's like I've been uncomfortable all night. I roll over and get up in 5 minutes, and I've never been more comfortable in my
I know.
entire life.
Well, yeah. To me, I mean to say that like I feel like I've solved something when I get the right mix. Like one foot
Yeah.
out, hot blanket on my shins, thin blanket on the top.
Harlan
hugging
has a
pillow.
whole blanket system.
Perfect.
You
I'm a
need
big-
that. If you,
You do
need it,
need it,
use
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
The worst part is needing a blanket system and not having figured it out yet. That's the true
Yeah.
tragedy.
Do any of you have these like weighted blankets or hush blankets? I've heard good things.
My
about
wife
them.
has one.
I do.
Not
I've got-
good.
I mean, they're fine. I mean,
Mixed reviews.
they're okay.
It depends on you as a person,
yeah.
I suppose, doesn't it?
It depends on what you actually want out of them. If you want them to like, you
Yeah.
know,
On what you
make
need.
you go
Breakfast?
super. Just, I mean, breakfast would have been amazing. Oh my god.
I want my blanket to make me
Blanket just
breakfast.
like
I've got
stay there.
two of them. And I double them on top of me, and like the
Aladdin's
massive
fucking
thing
carpet.
I've been trying to crochet forever is supposed to be like a duvet cover
Oh,
for it.
what are you
Nice.
crocheting? Hold on.
This damn thing that has been for like we're at
Amazing.
like what
Wow.
12 months because I've had to
Wow.
undo it like 8 times over and over again.
You say
It's a
12
complete
months?
cylinder. It just goes
It's
right
beautiful.
around.
That's great.
Thank you.
It's so substantial for only 12 months. I feel like that would take.
I
me
was gonna say
years.
I thought
It
you were
has
gonna be
been-
like for 4 years, but like 12 months is pretty.
It has been 3 times the length, and I just keep undoing it. And here you can see the latest undoing the ball of yarn. It's not supposed to be this big. That's how much of it I've undone.
Is
Oh,
it because
Erica.
you're a perfectionist,
Yes.
or is it like an obvious mistake?
It's maybe probably the perfectionist thing. I'm still
Really?
kind of learning the right tension for it. So the loops are slightly too big. I'm like, so I had to undo it and I get it done properly.
It's a
again.
very
It's
tight blanket,
Yeah.
I have to say.
You-
Like it's a tight knit.
Oh yeah.
Can you drop stitches in crocheting like you can in knitting?
I don't know what that means.
Come on, drop some stitches.
No, it's not the same. I've
Sounds like I dropped
speaking
some
as
verses.
someone who's crocheted exactly one blanket before in my life, I believe I can address your query.
I've knitted this much of a scarf. That's all
I've
ever
knitted
done.
nothing,
that.
but I've heard good things.
So
Well,
funny.
what I've done before is because my mom does a lot of her own art, so it's all indigenous, handcrafted, because that's what happens when you are indigenous. But she has like a lot of like really nice pattern designs. And what I did for Christmas last year, 6 months, just doing one straight blanket back and forth, and then took some of her designs and I actually crocheted them on top, like as a second layer onto
Oh,
it.
cool.
And I gave that to her as a Christmas
Aw.
present. And I'm there looking at this, thinking of my brother Mark, going like, "You are so fucked for getting a better present. Good luck, good luck, buddy. I win this year." And I did. It was great. She loved it.
Good job. Winning is always important when it comes
You
to
were
family.
awarded the Mom's Love Medal.
That's a
at the
smart-
end of the
That's a
visit.
smart gift, though. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? You're not only playing up like the history of your mom and stuff like that too, but you're also just saving money.
Actually,
Yeah.
I
No,
wasn't, because
yarn's
the damn
expensive.
yarn took $200 to get.
So expensive.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Expensive.
Yarn's
and
really
6
expensive.
months of my
expensive?
life.
That's how they get you. It's
Well-
the cost of the yarn.
When you look at a blanket, you're like, $60. Like, that's a lot for a blanket. No,
Yeah.
it fucking isn't.
Yeah.
When you think about
Yeah,
how many
handmade
hours
one,
that
yeah.
you spend, how much yarn. I mean, you
That's
can get
fair.
a
Yeah, that's
handmade.
a good point.
Consistency.
And you probably can't
Yeah.
get that blanket anywhere in the world.
The perfectionist.
That's
Well,
true.
apparently also crocheting for some reason is the one that can't be machine replicated yet. So you can do something knit on a machine, but
I
crocheting
appreciate that
apparently
you
can't
added
do
yet, because
Yes.
we all know that
Oh, yeah.
COVID brought a lot of inventions out of people.
We'll come up with some nanobots that will
motherfucker
just
is doing that.
create.
Cracking the
a-
code, that's all.
some
crochet thing.
long-nailed motherfucker in his basement comes out. He's like, "I did it! I cracked the code on how we can crochet."
And it's
blanket."
still really shit.
Yeah, it's still terrible.
Does it? Like,
Because you imagine like a really, really tiny crochet needle in surgeries using that specifically for some sort of stitching. And
That's
probably a lot
right.
easier to use one hook than it would be for like maybe 2 hours I had to clamp. I don't know how to do it.
You know
right
what?
now.
We could break this tonight. I think we could solve this tonight.
I think
You
we're
know?
over
Yes.
there.
Let's get the machines that they use to what was it? Sew people together.
We could do that too.
Yeah.
A whole
I've seen HTML. I
smorgasbord.
can write a code, maybe.
I could sew someone together. Come on.
Yeah. I
can't
watched
be
the first
that hard.
episode of Lost, and Jack Shepard in the first episode told Kate what's her face that's just
Yeah.
like stitching a curtain together, and that's all I remember from that episode.
That's right. And Jack's
Yeah.
a doctor, so
Jack's
he
a
would
doctor.
know.
Get that though. Stitching a curtain.
And
I
Kate,
wouldn't be able
what's
to
her
do
Oh, yeah.
name, is not
I
a doctor.
stitched my own curtains.
She's not.
I hemmed them.
You can stitch someone together now.
Ooh,
Yeah.
You can
probably.
stitch me together.
It's so funny. I did that for my apartment and I got through 3 curtains and I didn't want to do the 4th panel because I just got too tired of it. So I was like,
Yeah.
this window only needs 1.
I'm confused about stitching your curtains. Is this a thing I'm not aware of?
You can
hem
hem
them?
them to be the right size
So they're not
for
dragging
Yeah.
off the floor.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you just use scissors? I'd be
And
like,
you had that
bottom's all
framing
raggedy.
thing. Yeah. this is so just you fold it up so it's a nice little like clean little
That's right.
fold on it. Like
We
an
know
but then
it's
you don't
enough.
get that.
Black
But
know
then
it's
you don't
on
get
the
that
bottom.
nice
I'm-
frayed
I mean,
look.
we say this, but like in front of my door, I hang up little like some thick curtains to keep the cold out, and it wasn't doing it for me. So I took a blanket and I used some big blankets like safety pins, and I hung that over it, and it's very ghetto but very warm. So
That's smart, is what
I
I
lost
call
some
it.
points for that.
Now, see, what I would do is I would hang the curtains,
Staples,
and then I
man.
would cut them with scissors.
And then that's
and then
it.
I would
And then
take a
you've done
strip
it.
of double-sided tape and put it on the back, and I'd fold it over
Secure.
once.
You could
Well, not
do
only
that, yes.
that, you got the weight, right? Because now you got a little bit of, not a lot, but like a little bit of weight down there to keep them. There's Harlan hacks.
I had a boyfriend back in the day who hemmed his pants with a fucking stapler. And
Yeah, I've done that too.
And it lasted for
how you know
3 seconds, and he took a step and just all shattered.
Color the
Yeah,
silver and black.
I've
was
definitely
like,
hemmed a
good
shirt
job.
with staples.
Yeah.
Good job.
I do.
Points for effort.
but I respect it. Like I really appreciate those
Game
who
recognized
can,
game.
who can sew and knit and do all that stuff.
I had that
I've
too
never-
because my brother this year, who kind of won Christmas for me, gave me some
he
really
got the
nice
medal?
fuzzy slippers. But unfortunately, they were knit ones, and they started coming apart at the bottom seam. So I had to go around them, just stitching them all back, and now it's perfect. But if
And
I,
then
for
you
some
won.
reason, don't know how to sew, yeah, I saved him. I saved your gift, Mark.
You should tell him that. Be like, hey, I loved your gift after I fixed it.
Yeah, thank you for the puzzle.
Mic drop.
That'd actually kind of be satisfying too.
My Oma used to knit me a pair of slippers every year, and I fucking love those knit slippers.
Yeah, you have a pair in the top of the
Nice
closet
more
or
of
something.
those ones.
I've seen them
No, those are
somewhere. Yeah,
insufficient.
they're old. I just mean to say, you still have.
And I
those
didn't know how to
ones.
fix them the way that you're talking about, but I would like crochet
Staple them.
myself a little sole and sew that onto the bottom so that the holes. You
Well,
know what I mean?
that was
So
the part
they-
was
they
coming
had a
off,
little
so I sewed
sole.
that back on.
That's right.
You
We
sewed
have a
the
blanket
soul.
here that Mary's grandmother knit, and if you've seen The Big Bang Theory and thought Sheldon is joking when he says Meemaw, he isn't. They say Meemaw here, and it's known as the Meemaw blanket, and it is the warmest blanket we have in this house. But it's lovely.
I actually, it's funny
There's a
because
Meemaw blanket.
there's a Meemaw in Raising Hope as well.
Is
And
there?
There you go.
Yeah, she's
Meemaw
I don't know
and
where they are.
Peepaw.
They're Natesville. It's a fake city, but I think it's a southern. I think it's like a Tennessee, probably, right? Natesville
Oh.
sounds like a Tennessee.
Knightsville.
And it's all, there's no snow or anything. That's as much as my context
My
clues arrive.
my mom asked for her to be called Mima, and
Really?
I thought she was off her wagon. But here we are with all these Mimas running around.
Is that a thing
now.
that happens in like Canada as well, where it's like the
No.
parents of the grandparents will be like, I would like to be referred
Yeah,
to as
yeah.
grandmother, grandfather, or Meemaw,
Yeah.
Peepaw. I don't think we do that
I
in
think in
Ireland.
certain
it's just
families?
like nanny and
And
granddad.
certain families who do
Oh,
that.
well, my mom has very bad associations with her mother, so she didn't want to be called what we used to call
Oh,
her
okay.
mom because
That's
it
fair
would
enough.
make her really uncomfortable. Straight up.
we used to call
That's
her.
fair.
It's a C word. No, I'm just kidding.
Christmas Carol.
Grandma!
A cautious lady.
I didn't want to be called what my mother was, a bitch. I decided I just wanted to keep it straight in there. No, but
But my thinking was always that it started because the baby mispronounced grandma or grandpa or something like that. I didn't know
Probably.
people actually went out there and said, "Oh, Mima's the perfect syllable combination."
I
And then,
think
like
there,
trained everybody to say it.
yeah, there are, I think, like ones that just occur, and then there are ones that are chosen.
and it depends on how much you hate your parents. Like I
That's
really
right.
tried to push pee poo onto
Oh,
my dad.
we were joking about that.
I was like, here's your pee poo. Here's your little pee poo. Like,
You can just call him Pooh for short.
just call
Sorry,
him
kid
poo.
likes it. You're stuck with it now.
Yeah, that was kind of my hope. But you never really know. Hey, Ahmed, how you doing?
You get what you get.
Good. So in my culture we have Nana and Giddu. That's
Nice.
grandma, grandpa, and for my mother and father it's Mama and Baba, and then on my wife's side they say on Bangladesh they say Nini and Nana. That's
Nini and
grandma
Nana?
and grandpa.
I like that one. I like that
Nini
one.
and Nana.
Very
Wait.
cool.
You said in the very first one it was also Nana.
Yeah,
Nana and then Nana?
exactly. Nana. Well, yeah, it's in Egyptian it's Nana and Giddu, Nana,
And
and then in Bengali it's Nini and Nana. And
Okay.
it is
Similar.
Like, nah.
Oh,
but
so
yeah,
So it's a different
Nana
vowel.
is
Yeah.
like the grandpa equivalent on one side, and Nana
Correct.
is that must be confusing
Yes.
at some points.
Nana. Yeah. it's
Nana,
the female
yes.
equivalent.
That's like two. That's kind of fun though.
Yeah, if that ever happened, but yeah. So it's
Do they not get together? Do you ever have like? See, that's the reason that they picked two because they were.
no.
Nana?
My folks are like my dad's passed, her dad's passed. They met once before we got married. No,
But they don't
actually,
live-
they've
they
met
didn't live
several
near
times
you?
over the years. No, but their grandparents. Their grandparents are long past, or rather,
Yeah.
you know.
But your kids, but
my
your
grandparents,
parents to your
rather.
kids are the grandparents, right?
Yeah. my wife's mother is still kicking. So
Cool.
Hell
I
yeah.
gotta say, Nini and Nana makes the absolute most sense because they're just easy for an infant to
kid.
pronounce,
Yep.
and
Yeah.
then you can just go from there.
I think that's universal, as you guys have been presenting the examples.
Yeah.
Just
Well,
those are
my-
doubling up. of the
First, you guys are
syllable.
lucky. I got stuck with grandma hate, like everything. Like everything was a whole formal.
Meemaw.
Grandma hate?
Meepaw.
Oh, grandma. I see.
Yes, so it was. I didn't go to grandmother, which was great because a lot of people like would say grandmother.
Grandmother?
Like, that's too many syllables.
Grandmother.
But it'd be
May I have a
grandma.
pudding?
It'd be
Maybe some
grandpa.
porridge.
That's all it was allowed. I'm like,
So
all right.
on both sides?
Oh yeah.
So I had
We did
grandma
the
and
same
grandpa on one
thing.
side, and then my other side was grandmama and grandpapa because we were French. So
Oh, because you have to say the full name, like title.
It's just always
name.
been grandmama. Like literally, grandmama, grandpapa, always continue.
Yeah, we would just say
I have
nanny
an Oma
and
and
granddad
an Opa.
Yeah, you
with their
don't know.
names after it.
Yeah.
That's German,
Oma.
isn't it?
Yeah, like
And Hungarian,
Nana-
but mine are German.
Nana Coulter or
Ich habe mein Oma,
Papa Trump
mein
or whatever.
Opa.
Yeah.
Yeah. Meinen
Aw.
Opa? Meinen
I'm sure I
Oma?
got the genders wrong. Meine Opa, meinen Opa. I don't know. German's
I
hard,
don't
man.
know.
Ach, du lieber Augustin.
Dude, you know me more than me. I'm ashamed.
Bitte sei.
Ich habe kein Deutsch.
Danke. Bitte. Yeah. Anyway, that's about it from us. we had a
Now-
good week too,
now
which I think
everyone
was the
knows.
start of this conversation. I can't remember what I said. Although yesterday I was shoveling the driveway and I came home, and as I was outside, or Joe was coming home from work, and I came inside. This guy next door, like I've met him a few times. Very nice family. He just like goes off.
2 doors over.
Yeah, 2 doors over, he starts screaming. It's quiet. He goes, "Don't fucking put your snow in my yard." And I was like, "Oh."
Snow fight.
And like these 2 dudes were like getting at it to the point where he was like, "Sharon, stay back. Sharon, stay back."
back
and
in
I
the
was
house.
like, oh man.
Yeah.
So Joe came home and I was like, "Let's go inside." And then like cops showed up.
Oh my
I don't know what
God.
happened.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's interesting because where we are, it was a month or 2 after we moved in. Someone got shot like right behind our house. Like
It's a nice hood, though. It's a nice neighborhood.
I love you said hood. It's a nice
Yeah,
hood.
but
It's a
people
though.
be
nice
getting
hood,
shot.
yeah.
It is.
Shortened.
I mean,
No, it's very nice.
People get shot wherever you are.
No, I was.
think our neighborhood
That
is
wasn't
pretty
meant to
lovely.
be a statement on like the danger
Sadly
because
true.
I think it's very safe. But it was just really. It was like one of those places where it's like, and actually funny because my first house I ever bought when I moved in. Before I had moved in, like the next day, I went by to see it, and someone had graffitied all over the wall of it.
Really?
It was such a deterrent. Yeah, I remember
Oh,
like
shit.
being like,
That sucks.
it was
And
such
you had
a
to
bummer.
paint over it, I guess?
No, it was part of like a.
He came
a
and fixed it
condo,
later
so
on that
They
day.
did it.
Canadian
Someone
vandals.
Yeah, they said
Sorry.
I was just trying out some graffiti. Sorry about that, brother.
Just had to test the top of my thing.
Okay.
Anyway, that's enough about us. Let's do this.
Yeah,
Ladies
let's
and
play
gentlemen,
some
Hereafter, the first fire, chapter 14.
Do it.
Buckle in. In the cover of darkness, you lay sleeping next to the small bedrolls that house your friends. Silently, you dream of everything you've encountered so far in Asora. The people you've met along the way, the monsters you've encountered. And just as you're about to hit the deepest part of your slumber, you hear it. But not before the footfalls and sound of drawing steel seem to enter your dream space. Everybody roll for initiative.
Ah, yes. I do remember you were trying to kill us.
I wasn't trying, but I will
Oh,
succeed.
man.
I would like to just take a second here to defend myself.
Okay, hold on. Let me get some nice music. Go.
As someone.
Oh, that was nice. That was relaxing.
What's this?
Ooh.
StreamYard actually has music built into it now, so I was like wondering what they are, but I don't know any of them. So we'll go with Night Driving. Okay, there you go.
As a novice adventurer, this is not a situation that I am well prepared for. And when I did,
All this music sucks.
yeah, when I did notice that there was some movement in the bushes, in my defense, I thought maybe there were just some nighttime groundhogs, and I didn't want to wake you guys all up from your sleeping to just be like, hey, there's some movement in the woods. And I know this may cost us our lives, but I just want y'all to know that I tried my best. I really did.
She's gonna cost us all lives.
Thank you, Ahmed.
Get better music, StreamYard.
Yeah.
All this music sucks.
StreamYard, I liked
Oh,
it.
wait, Rock's kind of cool. Listen to this one for a second. Sounds like it's recorded on a
That's not
fucking
very
AM
rock,
radio.
is it?
That sounds very generic bar. Like you went in, you hit the jukebox.
Yeah.
It does start out good, then it's
All
like,
right.
I'm gonna stop and
Yeah.
just bop.
All right, whatever.
What did every woman?
I got 7.
8.
What did
Seven.
every woman get?
7, 8. Every woman. Only, yeah. Ahmed, Garrus,
I got
7.
2.
Oh shit!
And Gary.
Song 8. I got 8.
Wow. 2 8s.
16 for me.
16?
16?
You said 8.
No,
Oh.
I would
Saying it
never.
twice.
Doesn't matter. They're going to get a surprise round anyway.
I would never get 8.
Joe.
It
so
matters
who had
to
the 8
me.
was Gary. Who had the 7?
That was me.
Nope.
Sorry.
Oh.
Erica?
Erica. And that leaves Ahmed with the 2.
Number 2.
Nice. Wait, Garrus is awake though.
Yes, I'm awake. I'm shitting myself right now.
Garrus is awake, but he's still going to have a surprise round because he failed his perception check.
It wasn't very perceptive.
But you don't get to auto whatever on him.
What? No. It's not auto. It's going to... Oh, no, I forget.
You get advantage to a hit.
You are in the unconscious state.
Yeah, so advantage to hit, and then
Yeah.
any hit counts as a crit.
If they're within 5 feet, which they were going to be.
That's including me, who's not unconscious.
No, you're going to be fine. So you're just going to be a straight up. It's going to be a attack.
They would want to kill Gary first, though, right?
Yeah.
I'm standing.
Probably.
Yeah, probably. Fuck me. There's 10 of them.
Oh shit.
What?
Are we just dead already?
Oh yeah, we've all died.
Honestly, possibly.
No.
Oh no.
is
One of them
very
was a
funny,
giant
actually.
and just stood on us by accident.
No, so I'm going to explain all this in a second because I think it's kind of funny. But first, we'll see what happens with Gary. Gary, you see something fly through the air and
not
go
ready.
to hit you.
Okay.
Oh, wow. Natural 1.
Yay!
Yeah.
Start.
Absolutely.
Keep them
missed it.
coming, honey. Keep them coming.
Ah,
We can do this all night.
he gets
All
caught.
right. So that
Is that all
misses.
you've got?
Garrus, as you draw your steel and look into the darkness, maybe you spin around to see the footfalls of creatures. You hear these heavy iron boots coming from either side, and they are running towards 2 of the creatures by the campfire, sort of on either side. You know, picture the 4 of you surrounding. And as they sort of run up towards you, you see that they're towards Bree and Sal on either side of the fire. And in the darkness, you almost can't make out the distinctness of their features. You sort of study them, trying to understand exactly what you're looking at. They have a short stature. They're small. They have white, bristly facial hair that seems to hang down, but there's a madness in their eyes that I don't know. You know, I almost picture like, I know dark vision doesn't pick up any light, but you know how when you look at like coyotes in night vision, they have like those like
Their
bright eyes, you know? I kind of
Yeah.
picture that's how you see these
Kinda like a
maniacal
feral
looking
face.
creatures. Yeah, as they run up towards you
Great.
with these deep red caps that sling back on their backs. And they go to attack 2 of your friends. So here's the thing I didn't realize. So I had planned this encounter expecting you guys to sort of go to where Bria would, you know, wake you guys up.
It's ridiculous.
Not putting it on you. I'm just saying that's
Ridiculous that you would just expect that.
So they sort of take the advantage here, which is interesting. And I had meant to sort of like retool the encounter to change it, but I was like, whatever, we'll let the pieces fly. But I genuinely didn't read the entirety of the stat block till now.
Right now.
And the funniest
Perfect.
part is one of their actions is this: Ironbound Pursuit, because they have iron boots. These creatures. The creature moves up to its speed to a creature it can see and kicks it with its iron boot. The target must succeed on a saving throw or take damage. So the fact that both of you are lying down and you automatically fail strength and dexterity saving throws, and both of these are dexterity throws.
Great.
Both of you take. I mean, this just might overkill
Who are you doing?
It's going to be Brea and Sal.
Good. Great. Good start.
What are your hit points? Let's just go
Can't
this
tell
way.
you that.
God,
You don't have to.
31.
23.
Oh, okay, so you're both alive because they both do 20 damage as
Great.
they literally, Garrus, you see in the darkness these two figures
Fucking kick my
like,
head in.
run up and just
Sorry.
smash their boots into the backs of their creatures.
Excellent.
Could
This
you
is the
imagine waking up
worst
to that?
way. Yeah, Jesus.
Oh my goodness gracious.
That's like, I mean,
Yeah.
they did it. Good job.
Great job.
From their point of view, I think that's awesome work. I'm not
For
happy.
sure. I mean, technically that should be a critical hit, but I feel like they don't actually know where they're hitting you, and they're just sort of running up and like kicking you.
Well, it's very generous.
Sal,
I'm
Sal
gonna
seems
give
to
it
feed
to
a
you.
little ball. So
Because otherwise, this is going to go over really, really quick. So anyway, that's what they do. That's all three of their turns. We are now going top of the round. Well, Gary, you are also awake, so now you're going to
Yeah.
go.
All right now.
He's not part of the surprise round, though.
No, but he's... oh, that's right. I guess you're awake now. So you know what? We're going to go top of the round. Round 1, Brea, what do you do? As you are awoken by 20 points of damage to your spinal cord. First
yeah.
off, how does she
Whoa.
react?
I wake up with a scream,
For real.
as you do. Like that.
They like just kick you like that. Mm-hmm. But harder.
Great. Good. I spring to my feet. I
Yeah. You
pull
spin
out my
around
rapier.
to see this creature standing before you.
Excellent.
Maniacal redness in his eyes. You smell the iron scent of blood, like on him, as if he's bathed in it. This is a creature you've never seen before.
I hate it.
Yeah.
I try to stab him with my rapier.
Yeah, go for it.
8.
Misses.
Great. Good start. And then because I have the mobile feat, do not provoke attacks of opportunity.
Okay.
So I'm going to use the remainder 20 feet of my speed from standing up. You know, that's half of my
Yep.
movement to get the fuck away from this creature.
Cool.
You said that we're surrounded by trees, right?
Yeah, you're sort of in the forest, more or less.
Cool. I'm going to use my bonus action to dash. So I'm going to continue moving up and climb a tree.
Okay.
I don't want to be kicked anymore. I only have 3 hit points.
Okay. Yeah, so you end your turn sort of at a tree.
I spend 40 feet going to
You're
a tree.
climbing a tree? Then give me a climb check, yeah.
Great. Dirty 20.
Yeah, okay, yeah. You scamper up a tree and you find yourself in a bush maybe 10 feet up. It's not that much because you're using
So I'm
double
how-
your movement to climb, right?
Sure. So then I'm 40 feet away from where I started. 10 feet up in a tree.
Sure. If that math checks out, I believe you.
Yep.
Next up, Garrus. You see these two creatures assaulting your friends. The creature that something was lobbed at you, you sort of hear it clatter to the ground. It seems like it's a small stone of some sort. But you can't actually see in the darkness where the thing is firing at you from or what it even is.
And nothing's immediately threatening me.
No, but something is definitely threatening Sal and Brea.
Okay, shit. I don't know, do I fucking heal someone or do I bless everyone? God dang. Sal, how you doing for the HPs?
I feel like I'm doing better than
31, so
Brea
she has
would be,
11.
just because, yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
11.
I'm gonna be fine. I'm gonna be fine.
I think what Garrus is gonna do after seeing that attack is gonna like, because he's far away from Brea, I can't like touch her to cure wound.
Yeah, I ran away.
He's gonna like look for you. Would I be able to see her right now?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, he'll like point at her and just be
Like,
like,
I don't think, like, she's not hiding, right? So they saw you run. Like,
Yeah.
literally, he was engaged with you. You run away. He just watched you climb the tree.
Yep.
yeah. So like Garrus will hold out his palm and like a beam of light will form and it will like shoot out and it will go by Brea's side and it will form a shield. And now you have Shield of Faith. So add a
Nice.
+2 to your AC.
Hell yeah. I
Cool.
love that. Thank you so much.
I cast it. It does show up. And I don't think I have 2 weapon fighting, but I think that's predicated on me hitting someone, so I don't think I can do anything. Oh, well, what I will do is if it doesn't cost an action, is I'll say my magic word to my animated shield and it will fly up into the air.
Yeah, you're good. I think it's just a
Wobbity
bonus
wobbity.
action or whatever, but you can check it. But yeah, that works. Excellent.
I think that's all I can do.
Sal, you just took 20 meaty points of damage. You watched your friend Brea run away and scamper up a tree.
Bye.
Garrus turns around. I feel like everything is in chaos. It's like everything's blown up in a matter of seconds. What do you do?
I feel like I had the chance to have a nice running gag where nobody ever saw Sal transform. But I feel like this
think
is
they
a
saw
nice
you.
little-
I
No,
saw
we
it.
saw you. We saw you.
Yeah, I know. I had a nice thing going, and nobody saw. But at least everybody, having been asleep momentarily, buys me a tiny bit of plausibility in this one. I want Sal to have taken that in such the worst way that he kind of rolled a little bit, and out of reflex, he just kind of shapes into a gigantic toad. Just a nice big of just
Nice
loaded.
big toad.
And just frog, toad, just there, just there. You realize how roomy these clothes are, not just for wolf size, but also for giant toad size. How big are these guys, by the way?
They're small.
That's why. That's
I
what
think
I
I
was
know what
thinking.
feature you're going to be using.
Ah, you got it. I am going to. Do I see anything in my bleary eyes as I gigantic totally blink awake?
Do you see anything? What do you mean?
Screeching in pain. Yeah. What's around
Yeah,
me?
you see the one standing next to you.
Okay. Good.
So the 4 of you have camped sort of in the middle of the woods, more or less. Brea and Garrus are the only ones aware that there's a building a couple 100 feet away from you. But beyond that, at this point, it's too far to try to run to, which is why I'm not using a map, because there's nothing to hide behind. The trees themselves aren't that thick. They're climbable because they're trees, but they're not really going to provide any sort of major cover. So this is just sort of an open air battle.
Oh, that's fine. I want to just get the first thing around me. Just follow the instinct. What's the first thing beside me? Bite it.
The creature
Okay.
that just kicked you awake.
I'm gonna bite him.
Go for it.
All right.
Big frog teeth.
Bite it.
That is a 7. Could I have possibly have used my inspiration because I was still
Go
blinking
for
awake?
it. You're
Sweet.
always
Okay.
welcome to. Remember, you're welcome to use inspiration to re-roll.
That is the wrong die to use. Roll again, and that's slightly better. So that is a 13 plus 4. That's 17 to hit
That hits.
with AC.
Yep.
Okay. I am now going to use my wonderful first thing of piercing damage to bite him,
Nice.
and that is going.
Frogs don't have teeth, do they? Do frogs have
They
teeth?
have teeth.
They have teeth?
I'm pretty sure. So that is
Do you have a shape change frog stat block?
giant
Frog
toad, sounds like.
D&D
Giant toad?
giant toad.
I was
That is
gonna ask
3
you.
points of piercing damage.
Is wild shape a bonus action for you?
It is.
Okay, so your
Fuck
bite
yeah.
is +4 to hit, and you do
Yes.
1d10 plus 2 piercing.
And then I do 1d10 just straight for poison.
okay,
another
so you
9
have the
points
stat
of
block.
poison damage.
Oh, okay. You're
And
a
now,
large beast, so you're
I
you're
am very big. And I am
Wow.
very now awake and very unhappy and very much screeching in pain. Well, I feel better now because there's no toad. And now he is grappled. Escape
Okay.
DC 13.
Okay.
Fuck yeah. That's
Okay,
awesome.
hold on. Let's do this damage first. First off, awesome job. Big round of applause for you. How much damage was it?
That was 3 points of piercing and then 9 points of poison. So that is 13 damage. Did I do the math right?
Nice. No, that's great. Now, you said he's grappled.
He's also grappled.
Grappling rules for D&D are, and obviously we all know this, but I'm saying this for those watching that might not know as I scroll down to it. I just want you to know that when you're grappling other creatures, the most important thing to remember, and obviously this goes without saying for those who aren't, used to it, that so when you want to grab a creature, you can make an attack, which you did. If you're able to make multiple type blood, target of your grapple must be no more than one size larger than you and must be within your reach, which he is. And then you're using your free hand, you seize the creature, and then obviously he is grappled, blah, 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 your target, da-da-da-da. Okay, cool. Yeah, so you're now grappling a medium creature.
Yes, he is restrained.
Which is very interesting, and I want to clarify, because these are small creatures. But for some reason, while grappling, the red cat, the creature, is considered to be medium. So just
don't worry, Harlan. Medium still works.
Cool.
That was not innuendo, by the way. That was very specifically towards a thing because Joe knows what we're talking. That's fine. It was legit. We're good.
I missed what you said, but that's great.
We're fine.
We're
Good.
fine.
We're fine.
Yeah.
So you're using your giant toad, yeah?
I am a giant toad.
Okay, because the giant toad has an ability called swallow.
That's exactly.
So
That's what I'm going for.
That's an exciting ability.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but okay. So hang on. Until the grapple ends, the target is restrained. The toad can't bite another target, and the target is grappled. Swallow. The toad makes one bite attack against the. If the attack hits, the target is swallowed.
I think you swallow after the bite. Either way,
I was pretty
great
sure
move.
it was after.
Yeah, we'll look into that. Meanwhile, it is their turn, so it is going to try to
I think you
escape the
choose.
grapple. Well,
I think
either
you
way, we
choose
went
what
with
to do.
that. So it's going to try to escape the grapple.
And that's fair because it says it has to be grappled, and then I think I do it.
So it is going to try to escape. It's
right,
going to
it
use
is
its
grappling.
action. And it is going to try to make an athletics or a dexterity check. Let's call it an athletics check. So it's going to be a strength check, contested by your strength athletics. So roll your giant toad strength athletics.
Well, it's actually supposed to be a DC of 13 to escape. I don't know if I have
perfect.
to roll.
Well, that's easier. No, we'll do that.
Right.
And that fails miserably.
Nice.
So it is still grappled, like tries to writhe away.
I'm gonna eat them. Well done.
How does it taste, Sal?
Yeah, this bizarre thing as you
chicken.
squeeze it, you see its cap like dripping blood onto your tongue. It's like it's soaked in blood.
Gross.
Meanwhile,
but as
the one
a toad, that might be palatable. And
It's
Very
not.
as a giant.
Meanwhile,
toad,
the one that was attacking Brea is sort of equidistant between Garrus and Kala, who's yet to wake up. And it's going to go to Garrus, just because. So it runs up towards you, Garrus, and it attacks. And it does not like you very much. The first attack is an 14 to hit.
No.
Yeah.
Second attack is a
12? Great. Misses.
24 to hit.
Fuck.
Oh no.
I am heat.
And the third attack
Oh, no.
is a 17 to hit.
Oh, miss. Oh.
Okay, so only the one hit, and that's
Three-
going to be...
three of them, hey?
Yeah. So that's going to be
That's-
4, 6...
Gary,
So that's
you face
10 slashing damage as this thing brandishes this sickle the size of its arm. It sort of slashes it across your stomach. And as it steps back, it licks the blood from the blade, smiling at you in the dim moonlight. And then you see something swinging at you, Garrus, from the distance once again with a 14.
Miss.
The stone misses. You hear it smash against Kala's head, waking her behind you, but causing no damage. Kala, you sit up.
Yeah, no, I flip up onto my feet.
Yeah.
I combat roll into my weapons,
Nice.
and then when I come out of it, I'm just slashing at this creature. So I'm
The one that's at Garrus or the one that's grappled?
yeah,
by
the one
Sal?
that's at Garrus, not the one
Perfect.
Just gonna
The
stop
one
blasting.
that's yeah.
Cool.
The one I really hope that guy gets eaten. I'm
Oh
so
no, I think
excited for
Gary's
him to be
camera
eaten.
is
Gary, your camera's frozen, by the way.
frozen.
Oh, but it's frozen in a good it's a good
It is.
place
It's
to
a
be
good
frozen.
It's
thing to
flattering.
be frozen on.
Yeah, it's not
not
like
showing
your
frozen
mouth is
for
half
me.
open or whatever.
Is it actually
It's
frozen?
not, it's not unflattering. Oh yeah, it's frozen.
Hold on,
it's
I'm
not-
changing out batteries.
It's not. Maybe.
All right, first attack with the hand axe for
You can just leave
21
it.
for 9 points of damage.
21 hits. Yeah, 9 points.
Nice.
Brilliant.
And the second attack with the short sword, 14.
That's good.
There we go, Gary. Hey,
Is that a hit?
Sorry. What was the first damage?
9 points.
9. Okay, perfect. 13.
The second
Does
attack
hit.
was 14.
14. That hits.
Oh, okay. So 13's the AC. And piercing damage is 8.
Perfect. Yeah,
So
you do
that's,
2
19 total.
strong hits against this creature as he, Oh, now, hey,
And she
were
says,
you?
"Who dares wake me from my slumber?"
You hit both anyway. But remember, I know we're using theater of the mind, but I'm gonna think that I'm saying that you're flanking right now because Garrus is sort of on the opposite side. Just keep that in
Oh,
mind.
cool. Thank you.
Perfect.
I will
yeah.
gladly take that.
Yeah, you slice it twice.
Gonna need
Brea,
it.
you are up in a tree. You see one with Garrus and Ahmed on either side of it. You see another in a giant toad's mouth.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Brea is going to hex the one that is between Garrus and Kala.
Yeah.
So she spits a little bit of bile in its direction. And then, I'm going to hit it with my bow, hopefully. That's not bad. What did we see the AC was? I got a 12.
That misses.
Just misses. Just
13.
misses.
It's 13. We've confirmed
Wait,
from that
wait,
roll.
I have
that it
inspiration.
is definitely 13.
Should I use
Oh, you
it?
do.
I mean, I did tell you already.
Time
what
is
it
of the
was.
essence based on the damage taken. Well,
No,
no,
I'm
she
gonna
just,
say you
she
can't
just
use
shape
it.
changed. You're the
No?
only one out.
Yeah, I'm gonna say you can't because you kind of thought it was gonna hit. You weren't like, oh, let me wait. You're like 12. If you were like, what is it? And they said, then you would have used it.
She.
That's
All right,
cheap.
whatever. You
Yeah.
do what you want to do. If you want to do it, I already told you the result though. I think next time you gotta wait. You know what I mean?
Oh,
To tell you the
like
result.
it's like luck. Like you.
I think
can
I
choose
think it's
to use
100%
it.
like
Okay.
luck. Yeah, I don't think I can be like, oh yeah, I know that misses, and then you'd be like, cool, I'll read.
You tell me. What, should I use it or not?
No, save it. I think you should save
Alright.
it.
Cool. So my arrow
But-
gl-
but, yeah.
flies wide.
But also, since Sal has wild shape, he's reset his hit points, right?
Yes.
And since you're in a tree, then therefore the initial damage that that was taken is.
Oh, it is sneak attack
nullified.
because they're engaged. So you do get advantage on when they're engaged, don't you? As your stealth.
I don't have advantage to hit right now,
No, but
but I can use sneak attack damage if I did hit.
That's
okay.
Then yeah, no, you missed. But next time, yeah, if we're gonna use the lucky rules, so you can't reuse it unless you know it doesn't hit, or if you don't know whether it hits or not.
Understood.
I think
Garrus,
that's fair.
the luckiest man alive.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Is there anything else you want to do though?
That was my action, and my bonus action was hexing, so that's what I got.
Perfect. Garrus, you are standing with this creature before you. On the other side of it, Kala stands. And there's another creature behind you in the darkness that you have yet to see.
He'll at least make people. Does everyone else know about the person that's behind us that we don't know? That
No,
we haven't seen
only
yet?
you.
Okay. Well, I'll
literally, it
shout
hasn't
that
hit
out.
anybody, and no one said anything. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I'll shout that out. There's a
Cool.
motherfucker that way. I think he's just gonna go like
Got it.
defensive and cast bless on the three of them, y'all threes,
Nice.
Thank you.
and just keep this guy, whoever's in front of me, busy with me.
I need that because apparently I can't hit for anything.
Well, what's the range of Bless?
Like 30 feet.
Yeah, no, she's like 40 feet away. And made it very clear.
I am 40 feet
Oh,
away.
is she?
She's
If
like, I am 40 feet away.
Can I,
I
get
wanted
10
you to
feet
know.
closer with...
If you move away, you're going to get
Right,
attack of opportunity
opportunity.
from this creature.
But if I
Don't
move
do it.
10...
It's not worth it. It's
Okay.
Bless yourself and the
If
other
you
two.
jump really high, maybe.
You know what? Yeah, I'll bless myself and the other
Yeah.
two.
That's okay. That's what I get for running away.
Safely
Bray's a
and
bit of a
smartly.
coward. That's fine.
I
You
think
know, all
that
you
might
had to
be
do
all
is
I can
survive.
do.
They could say you were whatever you needed to be.
That's right.
We'll be alright. Don't worry.
Oh man, if I could
3 hit
channel
points
divinity
though.
twice,
You guys would have done
that'd
the
be great.
same.
Yes, absolutely. You're doing absolutely
Just
smartest
just
thing.
keep laying down cover fire. We'll be fine.
Yeah. Okay. I think that's all I can do. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, let's just
If I
gang
had
up on
hit
this
that
Let's
guy-
finish this guy off.
If I had hit him, I would have done 18 damage. Like
Word.
it's these are good arrows. I kiss
Next
an
time
arrow.
you'll hit him.
Yeah.
The arrow kisses you back,
Aww.
and you cut yourself. Cool. Robert Thompson sits up from where Kala stirred him awake.
Robbie.
Well, because Kala was like cuddling
Oh
him.
right,
Yeah.
correct.
And not only was he like deeply sleeping, but like
Now
no
he's
one
cold.
waked him, and there was no major sound. Like these two got kicked, and Kala is an
I imagine
adventurer.
I mushed him on the way
Yeah.
up. Like,
Well, no, what I'm thinking is the minute Garrus, because the first time anyone said anything was when Garrus was like, "There's another one in the darkness," and Robert Thompson sits up. And you gave him a short sword.
Yeah, but he's a human, right?
Yeah.
Right.
It's dark out.
So he
Oh,
grabs
this
the
is
short
interesting.
sword and he
come on,
starts
Rob.
swinging it around wildly.
Yeah.
It is dark out, but
he
Light of the
right.
moon. Light of the moon.
No, well, I guess none of you would even have torches, does it? Do you?
We don't need them.
But you said you made a fire earlier that night, right?
Is it
So,
still
yeah.
We would
going?
have
Yeah.
done. Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah.
I think he grabs like an ember from the fire. It's very dim, but he wafts it as it, and he kind of sees. And yeah, he walks up to the creature that you're grappling, Sal, and he like just sticks the short sword into its back. I'm gonna say that hits.
Robbie.
It's an 11. He only
inventing
needs a
whole
plus
cloth.
2 to hit. I think that's fair.
Sure.
Just a. He stabs this creature. I think
He's on the way to
D6.
becoming a full scoundrel.
Yeah, he does 4 damage on this guy.
Attaboy,
Look at him
Robbie.
helping us.
I like to imagine that he woke up because like Kala moved the blankets
Yeah.
off of him a little bit and he got cold in the night.
I feel like he got used. He resigned himself. Was like, oh, actually, he's not a bad deal.
Yeah, she's a good cuddler.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he recognizes the fight for his life as the screams that are coming out of the darkness
Fully.
now are one of whatever, and he turns towards you, Calendaris. He's like, let me help where I can, and he like stabs it again. And next up is Sal. You see
impressive,
Robert
Rob.
Thompson. You see
He's done more than
Who's
I've
stabbing
done so far.
into this guy and not at me, which is
Not your tongue, no.
fantastic. That's
Yeah.
great. All right, I'm gonna roll to hit this guy. That
on,
is a
swallow.
14.
Swallow.
14
swallow.
hits.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. So I've made my bite attack. I should actually do the damage too. Sorry, let me do my damage as well.
The swallowed
Yeah.
target is blinded and restrained.
Let's see. So
It
that's
has
the first
total cover
one
against-
is so he's got I've got so much damn mass. I'm doing 9 points of piercing damage for the first one.
nice. Okay.
And then I will be doing, oh my god, 8 points of poison damage.
nice.
And now I'm going to, for some goddamn reason, I guess still reflexively, swallow him. Swallow this disgusting, unpalatable.
Sorry,
gross
why
thing.
are you doing the damage first? Oh,
Because
the
I have
toad
to
makes
actually
one
make.
bite
I have to actually
attack.
make. Yeah.
I see. That it is grappling. So you needed to be
Yes.
grappling it. So this only
Exactly.
works now. Perfect. So you're
So
doing
1, 2.
9 damage and then how much?
And it was, oh goodness, goodness me.
No,
Who remembers what I said?
Well, hang on. I think it says the toad makes one bite attack against a medium or smaller creature. It is grappling.
Yeah.
So she rolled the attack and she hit. If the attack hits, the target is swallowed.
Yeah. I just
Yes.
mean to
And the
say I
grapple
wasn't sure why
ends.
she was doing the damage first.
so-
but she
so
knew
nine-
she
Right,
was
right.
Yeah.
It was 9
well-
piercing damage and 8 poison. So that is 17.
Okay. Cool.
Well, no, I think the damage changes, right? The damage profile. So what ends up happening is, the target's swallowed and they're in your stomach,
Oh, regardless.
and so they take acid damage, 3d6.
Well, here's the thing. It says if the attack hits. So the attack has to hit.
Exactly.
And then
so
the
you
target
need
is
to attack
swallowed.
it first. Yeah.
And the
Because you
grapple
make
Oh,
so
right,
it says
but the attack.
the toad makes one bite attack, which means you do the bite action. After that, if the attack hits, which it did, and you deal damage, the target is swallowed and the grapple ends. The swallowed target is blinded and restrained. It has total cover against attacks and other effects outside the toad, and it takes 10 acid damage at the start of each of the toad's turns. So it takes no further damage, but at the start of its next turn, it will take 10 acid damage.
I can only assume that a toad's tongue is sticky, and then in the bite, it's just got that gross little thing. It just kind of retracted it, and from there, he's like, well, screw, he's in there now. So he's just very reluctantly swallowed this new friend.
Exactly.
Excellent.
Perfect. Very cool. Well done. It's no ice night.
Can you imagine?
I love our new toad friend. As a character who eats weird things for no reason.
It's brilliant. All right.
about
Next
it.
up is their turns. So the one that's in front of you, Garrus, is going to take another attack. It's going to ignore Kala for the time being.
Bastard.
It's going to hit with a 24.
That's going to hit.
It's going to do these one at a time. 2, 6.
You did
So
bless
that's
us.
10
yeah?
slashing damage.
I did bless you, yeah.
Perfect. So 10 slashing damage for its first attack.
Oh!
The second attack is a 12 to hit. Which I think
Miss.
misses. And the
Please
third
miss.
attack is another 12. So the other two attacks miss.
I am
Third attack.
bloodied.
Meanwhile, you feel some movement in your belly.
My belly?
Nope, not you.
Whew.
How can this creature get out? Let's see. It is restrained and blinded. So, a restrained creature has 0 speed. Attack rolls against the creature have advantage, which at this point you've assessed that you can't attack it anyway. And the creature's attack rolls have disadvantage. So this creature has disadvantage on its attack rolls.
But it can still attack you.
It can still attack you. Additionally, it's blinded, which means it can't see and automatically fails any ability checks, and attack rolls against the creature attack rolls have disadvantage. So basically, since I can't have double disadvantage, this creature attacks you from the inside at double
With
disadvantage.
its gross sickle.
Double
But
disadvantage is amazing.
also is going to do it 3 times. So first roll is going to be... I rolled a 16 and a 17.
Oh no.
So plus 6, that makes it a 22 to hit you first.
Wait, actually, what is my? I have new AC now, don't I? Oh, never mind. I don't.
Do your AC is 11.
It's 11. I
That's
don't.
So
bad
that's a
AC.
22 to hit you.
What's your guts AC?
Oh goodness.
It's gonna get
And it's
out.
going to do...
Pretty
So
sturdy.
keep a track of this. So the first hit, it's going to do 7 damage as you feel this, like, slice. And maybe even Robert Thompson sees this, like... blade doesn't break through the surface, but it like pushes out and you like
Ew.
see it like a baby kicking in the womb.
That's gross.
Holy
The
crap.
second attack with disadvantage is a 14 and an 8 and a 19. So 14 plus 6 is
That's a
a
hit.
dirty
That's a
20.
hit.
So it hits you again with a dirty
All day.
20.
How much?
That's going to be 5 plus 4 damage. That's 9 more slashing damage.
What happened to this double disadvantage thing?
It does. I'm rolling all these with disadvantage.
My
I'm rolling
gosh.
each one
Well,
twice.
he's rolling
The
well.
third attack is a 13 and a 9 plus 6, which is
That'll
Still
do
hit.
it.
still good enough to hit you. It's in you, you know, so
17.
it's not hard to hit
This was
you.
a bad choice.
It was 8 and a 9 and a
Three.
Getting some
3, that's 6.
indigestion in
So-
there.
Gosh.
So that's 10 more
on.
slashing damage.
Heart
Okay,
Wow.
can I react to that?
I don't know, can you?
Yeah.
I would like
Is
to
he
rebuke
close
the
enough?
violence.
Ah,
Oh, yeah.
but read out what that is, because remember,
It's not a creature you can see.
It's
you
inside.
cannot... Well, not only that, it has total cover against attacks and other effects outside the toad.
It's inside.
yeah.
Oh man.
It's okay.
So,
it's okay. Let this.
This thing slices you 3 times,
Fuck.
It's not
Sal,
gonna kill her.
as you like feel it bursting.
Did the restrain not
It's
do anything?
attrition.
It
It's
did.
attrition.
The restrain gave it 0 movement, and it gave it disadvantage on its attacks. It just rolled all of those with disadvantage. Because think about it, you're
goodness.
restrained. Think about Guardians of the Galaxy 2, when
Oh
what's
no,
his
no,
name
it
jumps in
makes
his belly.
total
He's
sense.
like,
I absolutely love it. I
I have
hate
a
it personally.
Teacher, I have a question.
yeah.
So, as per like the monster manual, when the giant toad is dead, the creature spews out of her stomach, right? But Sal's not going to die. He's going to revert to orc shape when the toad is dead.
Yeah.
So is this tiny creature going to stay inside of Sal?
No, it would
I
spew
think
her.
it's gonna give birth to like Sal's as it changes.
It'd be like,
it's gonna
"Bleh," and then
Gonna
Sal would
burst out of
change.
her. Like
I think
Gross.
you get into a messy
Yeah,
thing
it's
if
gonna
you're
be
like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't think you can change a creature's
Awesome.
But I
soul.
think that's so
I was
cool and
hoping-
weird
Very
to think
cool.
about.
Yeah.
I was
It'd be
hoping
very
to see
cool.
it, but this dude might die first. I don't know.
Put it this
I-
way:
This is
if this dude dies, we'll let it go that way because it's cool and cinematic. But
'Cause
mechanically,
then Sal's gonna be real full for
no,
a
we'll
while.
give you an advantage.
Oh God, this gets
Anyway,
How are you? How
that
are you
was
at
it.
digesting
Look good.
metal boots and blood hat?
Kala,
I
it's your
mean-
turn.
well, she's a toad. I'm gonna attack the dude in front of me. I got a +2. I got a D4. What could go wrong? This is a 25 on its own.
Perfect. Yeah, that
9
hits.
points
Nice.
of 9 points of damage with the hand
Amazing.
axe. I slash high with the hand axe, low with the short sword, and I keep it tight.
Yeah.
I follow a 23, 7 points of damage.
Sweet.
Nice. He did not like that.
No.
This is the same one that's threatening me, yeah?
Yeah.
Top of the
correct.
round, Brea.
Excellent. Brea's finally gonna.
Oh, I'm sorry. There's one more creature that fires a stone at
He
Garrus.
doesn't need to go. He doesn't need to go. He's all right.
And that's going to be a 15? I don't think it's
No.
It's a hit.
Okay, perfect.
No?
The stone misses
What's your
again.
AC?
And
18.
you Yes.
Okay. Breyer is gonna fire her bow.
Sabrina.
Breyer.
Briar's gonna fire both.
That's a crack die.
Shoot with an
Briar.
arrow.
All right. Is a 19 hit?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's only 13 damage
13 damage, you kill it.
Yeah.
with a.
Fuck.
I would like to try to perceive the creature that has been firing at Garrus.
Yeah, give us
Mine
a
is
Say it.
stones.
I'm rolling like crumbs today. That's only a 9.
Briar's rolling.
Try
like
rolling a double
crumbs.
disadvantage. Seems to work out great for Harlan.
Double disadvantage.
Yeah, you don't see anything.
All right. Cool. Well, I'm just gonna train my bow on Sal in case Sal explodes. And
Yeah,
That's
you
fair.
see these like
Like,
bumps in her
What
stomach.
if I open my mouth real wide?
I mean, you can vomit it back
you
out.
Gotta,
Yeah, you
you
can
gotta
vomit
fight
it
this out. You gotta fight
I
this out.
think-
This is
I
gonna be
think
like
you're-
indigestion. This is like
I think your belly's stronger than that sickle.
Drink a
I-
lot
Garrus.
of
horrible
horse.
stomach
Clockwise
ache. You
stroke.
gotta get through. You gotta get through it. You gotta
We'll get you
digest this
some
thing.
Tums afterwards.
Yeah.
Okay, it's okay. Push,
You gotta
push.
digest this thing, Sal.
Garrus,
Digest
it's your
it.
turn.
So there's one of them in Sal's belly,
Correct.
one of them is dead,
Correct.
and one of them is
Dead.
unseen throwing stones at us.
Correct.
Yeah.
He's not in a
Then-
glass house, you see.
Not for long though, right?
Then Garrus will be like, "Where's the bastard with the stones?" And is gonna try and find him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
get him.
so Brea couldn't see him, but
I
you
didn't-
can try.
Yeah.
I'll do
Dark.
that. What perception?
Yep.
You could just like go to him.
I mean, there are a lot of
Go to him.
18.
there are a lot of things. 18.
Nice.
Yeah, you see a figure sort of like just on the cusp of the darkness, just sort of
He's just little.
throwing these stones towards you. Yeah, they're small creatures. For real.
I mean, am I within range to like would one movement get me to this person?
2 movements. I think he's about 60 feet away.
You have
I don't know if I'm gonna-
ranged weaponry. Do you have
No, I'm
spiritual
gonna
weapon?
either I will
I'm assuming,
hold
right? How
my
far is your dark vision?
movement.
60 feet.
Yeah.
I'll tell everybody where the person is. Like over there, he's throwing
Yeah.
stones. I'm kind of messed up myself, so if we go, we should go with some sort of split of the team. I don't want to leave Sal on his own. So he's gonna wait to see what Kala's going to do because he's not gonna go on his own because I don't want to leave the team,
Okay.
and also probably will get killed if he goes on his own.
Cool. And just to put it in context so people understand, I'm envisioning, if we were looking at a map right now, I'm envisioning Garrus sort of at the bottom of the circle of beds, Kala just above him where she was, Sal off to the left, and then Brea sort of off to the far right, 40 feet away. So in the circle of what Garrus can see and what this creature can see, they kind of can only see each other because they're about 60 feet away, or rather Garrus can only see because he has dark vision, and you don't know about the creature yet. But Brea being 40 feet off, plus the creature being far away, just kind of can't even see that far, which is why you didn't see anything. Partially explaining. Yeah, perfect. So that's what you do, Garrus?
Yeah, if I can use an action to like throw a lighted stick or something to like increase the light over that way.
A pointed stick. Yeah, sure. You grab another like log from the fire and like
I just
toss it.
poof it that way.
Go for it. Give me a like a dexterity roll. Like
Isn't this a very dry forest,
I
by
was
the
gonna
way?
say we're gonna
Do we-
start a fucking forest fire.
Yeah.
So 7 plus. I'm gonna add D4 because
I'll make it
I
easier
wouldn't
to
add the
see.
D4 to that, would I?
yeah, if you're blessed, you
I
would
am
do that.
Yeah, 9.
Yeah, it gets like halfway, I think. I don't think any like light illuminates it, but like you can kind of guess as the crow flies that just beyond that the creature is, you know.
It's over there.
Cool.
Somewhere.
Yeah, Robert looks at you, this giant toad, and he's like, what do you want me to do? Is it okay? I see him pushing out, and like this like thing is like, like on like your skin is like stretching it, and he doesn't really know what to do because he doesn't want to like stab you, and he like frantically looks around.
boiling.
I appreciate, by
And
the way.
he's boiling in the bile, in the acid.
Yeah, he like frantically looks around, and he. Yeah,
I
what?
can't
Starts
talk like
fluffing
this.
a
I can
pillow.
just really look kind of miserable as a toad can look.
Yeah, but like as a free action, anyone could talk to him if you wanted to like pour something down her throat.
I have no idea what could help.
No, nothing.
He can just
eat
Just
What do you
rub
think,
your
what do you
belly.
even have? I mean, honestly, I don't
Just
mind him
eat
rubbing
'em.
the belly.
You just gotta
You
eat
can
them.
rub
Just
your belly.
swallow them.
Yeah, Robert just starts rubbing your belly. He's like, it's okay. It's gonna be fine.
Will that morally help me? Will that provide me?
That's great.
Erica, Sal, it's your turn. So he
Digestion
takes
doula.
10 damage at the start of his turn.
Or 3d6.
No, it's 3d6. 3d6.
Oh, whichever. Do you want to prefer to roll?
I may as well roll for the second. I should have taken the 10!
Oh
5.
no.
5 damage. 5
Okay.
damage. Wow.
All right.
It's gonna be a
Absolutely relate to
slow
that kind of
digestion.
anger.
So,
Perfect. Slow
question.
I think
Were I to recant my decision of
wanna vomit
having
him up?
consumed this, could I bite him on the way up?
No. I'm going to say it's going to take your full action to vomit him up, essentially.
It's a
Would
concerted
it not be
thing.
a move, though, in a way?
It's a movement.
It's a movement.
You're not shitting him out.
No.
action for sure. It's an action for sure.
And it's like I'm releasing him from the restraints.
Like a reaction.
No.
Like
I'm going to say it's an
No?
action.
Okay.
Because why? Why should you get to bite? Like, it makes sense
It's like
to
the
bite
opposite
and
of the
eat.
swallow.
Yeah, but like never in the history of the world has anyone bitten while they're vomiting. Like to be like,
I
every
did not go into a lot of detail about that, but I have evidence
You
otherwise.
really
what
wanted
do you
to make
think
sure
second
he-
breakfast is?
Every dog ever.
I'm eating it as I'm throwing up. Anyway, so no, you could
It tastes just as good.
Also, ruminant animals.
what?
Ruminant animals do
Oh
that.
yeah, that's true.
Am I one of those? Is a toad one of those?
No.
Damn it. Okay. Still, because I feel like this is not a great idea to have him inside of me anymore. I seem to be unhappy with that. If he's no longer restrained, it's only if a toad dies. If he's no longer restrained, as well as creature can escape.
Oh,
from the
he's
corpse.
restrained right now,
yes,
but he's just attacking with his advantage.
But that's the whole. If the toad dies, a swallow creature is no longer restrained by it and
Correct.
can escape.
Yeah.
Could I not, in fact, play dead?
To what end?
Why?
Just so
He'd still attack you because he wants to get out, right? Like, think about that. You get swallowed by a creature, and the creature goes, "Ugh." You're like, okay, this is my home now. I'm good.
my concern is that
Time to hollow it out.
I don't want him to run out and just be running around all willy nilly here. I want to make it uncomfortable for him. So if I were to herk him out onto the ground, would he at least be dazed enough that he would in fact be prone, or like severely unhappy?
no.
Or
I mean, sure, he'd be prone. Sure. Yeah. He'd be prone for
it's the only thing I can do to spite him. I was the idiot who was figured I'm going to swallow him. That makes sense.
No, it was very cool.
I don't think this is a bad idea. I think you're getting cold feet. I think you should stick. Put it this way: if you, I shouldn't do this as a DM, but I'll tell you this: if you spit him out, he's just going to attack without disadvantage. There's no
That's
difference.
true.
Like literally, regardless, this thing's going to hit you. Would you rather it try to hit you rolling disadvantage or with advantage or normal?
Keep on being a badass toad.
You know what I
Here's
mean?
my question. Here's my question then.
Yeah.
In the time that I was sleeping, Sal having been asleep since the start, and then having been horrifically kicked awake,
Yeah.
did that at any chance count as a short rest?
You have 4 hours?
Oh, you mean from when you went to bed and then woke up? Like
Yes, because I was on first or second watch.
Yeah, sure. I'll give it to you as a short rest.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna keep him
Gary
in me
agrees.
then.
Okay.
And I can't do anything to jostle around in there, can I?
You could jump.
Would that hurt him? Would that like
could do
stir
it-
up the stomach acid?
I don't think so. A
Okay.
toad's long
You
jump
could
is up to
disorient
20
him.
feet. Its high jump is up to 10 feet. So you could just jump 10 feet in the air.
Do it. Do it.
Just for
He's gonna fight for his
Spin
life.
around real fast.
He's gonna fight for his life.
Okay, well, who's the other one that's still around?
Robert's right in front of you.
Oh, not Robert. The other one that's
Oh, you
still
can't see
stabbing
him.
us.
You know he's in the darkness, but that's about it.
That's everything else is gone.
Correct.
So I'm literally okay. Well, I will just stay where I am then.
Okay. Cool. It's their turn.
Is it-
Garrus, you are still 60 feet away from this creature you can't see, correct?
Yes, I am.
Perfect.
Ready to
Yeah.
go off Kala's.
You see the creature run towards you. It moves.
It's coming.
Yeah, basically as far as it can. No, it moves maybe like 20 feet towards you to where like your fire stick is. And it picks it up and it looks at you and it douses the flame. So it's
Ooh,
like,
spooky.
yeah, it's like 25 feet away from you ish.
What a butt.
Yeah. And then,
bit.
Sal, you feel something in your tummy rumbling.
Yeah, it's been rumbling a lot
We're
in
doing
there.
3 attacks, all with disadvantage. Here we go. That's a 15 and a 8.
Yes! If you do +6, I'm gonna be very upset.
It's always +6. That's a 14 to hit. That's gonna hit you.
Yep.
That's gonna be a 1. That's 2.
Just how much?
4. That's 6 damage.
Damn it!
Oh, okay.
We'll do this piecemeal in case you die. in which
I feel
case-
like that's gonna happen.
Damage.
Yeah.
No.
Second attack is a natural 20
Wow.
and a 15. So that's a 20.
That's a hit. That's a hit.
Okay, so I'm at 0. Well,
I haven't done
I'm
any
past
damage
it.
yet.
So now you shape
Wait,
shift
did
back
you
and
get to
explode
0
out of
after that first attack?
No, second.
After the second.
You saying crit, I'm assuming it's gonna be more than 7.
No. I rolled a crit, but I'm rolling disadvantage. So I'm
Okay.
gonna roll my damage now for it's a 21 because I took the 15, the lower of the two.
Okay.
Which ends up being a 4, 5. So it's gonna be 11 damage.
Okay. Well, now I'm at -3, -4.
Cool.
Okay.
Four.
Well,
So
yeah,
describe
you go back to your
how
form.
the toad dies. You're still alive, but describe how he gets vomited out.
There is such a violent reaction of just the initial disgust of having to eat this thing and the horrific indigestion. Just that you see the sheen. I'm assuming everyone who has dark vision can see the sheen of this guy getting closer and closer to the outside of the skin. Finally, just a swoosh of water inside, liquid. And in that burst of stomach acid, just spot back out. And in that same force, Sal just goes flying back on his back from having shaped back into himself. Much worse off as a person, spiritually and emotionally.
Nice. Yeah. And the little creature uses half of its movement to stand up, shake the acid off of it. What? It's still its turn.
This little
Just stop
bastard.
changing.
This little
What a
bastard.
beast.
Yeah. And it runs you down for its last attack. It jumps on you
Wow.
with its sickle. It jumps up and tries to
Bloodthirsty.
slam it into your chest.
Oh my
So
god.
epic.
It's
With
gonna
a
be-
13 and a
It's not a disadvantage anymore.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, it's not a disadvantage anymore.
Disadvantage anymore.
Because that
misses.
second one would have made it miss, but 13 plus 6, I believe a 19 is going to hit you.
Yes, it is.
That's going to be a 1, 3,
Wow, these things.
7 damage.
Oh my god.
Are you still
Uh,
standing?
Question.
Four?
We'll find out. At one point, you dealt 7 damage, while I had 7 hit points left. Does the other 4 roll over?
No. What?
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, they do.
So
Yeah.
I am at
Oh, dude.
0, my friends.
Oh.
I'll react.
Wow. But
Garrus
can
will
I
rebuke
just
the
say,
fire.
Hold on. Go ahead, Joe.
can I just say though, that little creature doing that amount of damage, getting swallowed.
Good job, little
tearing
guy.
its way out of this giant toad,
Yeah,
and then
MVP.
hunting. I mean, it's
NPC.
kind of freaking crazy. It's awesome.
This little bastard.
We're gonna have to kill it, but
All right, but Garrus
Maybe
has
we
a
should-
reaction.
Maybe we should recruit it to the party.
It'll.
He doesn't?
It'll hurt the thing, but it won't help Sal.
that's
which is
okay.
annoying.
I'll take it. That's fine.
Yeah, I'll rebuke the violence.
By the way, this is what you're fighting, just in case it's
Yeah.
unclear.
This little bastard.
little fucking sickle Santa.
They're gross.
Damn it.
Yeah, so he has to make a wisdom saving
kinda
throw,
love 'em.
DC 12.
Cool.
If he
Wisdom
fails,
saving throw.
I love their
If he
weird
fails, he'll
boots.
take,
I love the lore with the hat. I love this.
He
all of it
fails.
is awesome.
radiant damage to the total of what he did to Sal.
How much did he do?
Okay, so he did 4 plus.
In just the last attack
Here's
or
the
the
last one.
total? So what?
It
what the hell
says
was the
immediately after an attacker within 30 feet deals damage with an attack against a creature other than you.
So
Yeah.
6 plus 11 plus 7 is 24
Yeah.
damage.
No. That was you're
Just
combining
the
the
one
last
attack.
attack and what I just did.
that was
It's
7
this
just,
then.
is a separate attack than this.
I'm trying to.
is
It's
the
just
last
7.
That's just 7.
attack. Yeah.
I still
So-
appreciate it.
He jumps on Sal and rams his sickle in and like digs it under, like you see it pierce out of his lower sternum, like as he like hurts it, and then he pulls back, like cracking Sal's ribs open.
Oh my God.
As he
Toad was a
turns
bad
towards
choice.
Garrus like stretches his hand out and casts as this like light ray goes into his like mouth. His skin boils and his head just pops as like fragments of skull go flying against the side trees. And
so
he's
cool.
dead.
I am
The second
satisfied.
one
Sal's
goes down.
That's awesome.
That was your reaction, and that
the
was
reaction.
the red cap's turn.
Goodness.
Now it is Kala's turn.
All right, Kala sees this thing running, right? It starts running.
Yeah, it starts
So
running.
yeah, Kala starts keeping pace with it, accelerating as it does, and then
Yeah.
Kala, forward slides next to it, attacks it with the axe from the front, and then the short sword from the back.
Cool. Okay.
Awesome.
So that's what she's doing.
Perfect. Give me a roll.
Okay, first attack, normal roll, 10.
Miss.
Oh wait,
Bless.
is Bless still active? Yeah. All right, let me see if this works.
I don't know. Wait, is Bless concentration, and was that last spell concentration?
I'll check now. I don't believe so. No, it's just the last spell is not. It's just a
It's a
reaction.
reaction.
Perfect. So yeah,
that's-
you're still
That's
blessed.
a yes. So I have to roll a d4, but I don't know where to roll it.
So it could be a 1, 2, 3, or 4. You got a 50-50 shot basically now.
Could you roll? Could somebody roll it?
I'll roll
Brea,
it.
Roll
Yeah.
for me, Brea. No,
I'll
no,
roll
not
it.
you.
Let.
Brea,
I would love
Brea, roll.
to. 4!
Hey.
Does that hit? Does that hit?
I don't
Yeah,
cheat
that
my
hits.
rolls. I'm not
teasing.
DMing
Yep,
right
that
now.
hits. I'm not DMing this. I don't cheat.
You like that?
Yeah.
14 for 6 points of damage. on the
Nice.
Ballista hand axe. And then the short sword is 15 for 8 points
Yeah.
15
Well
hits,
done.
and how many points of damage?
of damage.
8.
And
Nice.
at the end, I should be behind him, like she slides up, but in a crouch behind it,
Cool.
And that's my turn.
Brilliant.
Okay. It's
Yeah.
me now, right?
It is top of the round, Brea.
Okay, do I see this thing now? Because it was
So you're
beside-
40 feet to the side. It's about 25 feet away from where Garrus was standing, which means you are on the axis like 70 feet away from it. And your dark vision is 60 feet, so you don't see it.
But I saw Kala running into
You
the
see
night.
Kala like running in the darkness.
Great.
Yeah, which is kind
I
of
want to
cool.
jump out of the tree. I'm only
Okay.
10 feet up.
Yeah, you
But
do.
I can roll acrobatics.
Yeah,
if
you
want.
take damage. No, you slide down the tree if you
Sick.
want. Kind of picture the branches like bendy. So maybe you like hold on to one and it kind of bends and you like
Oh,
go
yeah.
and it
Yeah.
whacks up.
I like that.
I run 40
Branching tiger,
feet
hidden hag.
towards where Kala was running
Okay.
until I spot this fool.
Yeah.
Then I'm going to bonus action move the hex.
Nice.
And I'm going to shoot with my short bow.
Cool. Give it a short shot.
Please. Nice. 24 to hit.
24 does hit.
Nice.
Excellent. And because Kala's right up on him, I get to do my sneak attack damage.
Nice.
That's 14 points.
Wow, yeah. He
Nice.
did not like
He's
that.
done.
Garrus, it's your turn.
He's not getting away from us.
Garrus will run over to where Sal is lying down.
I'm dying.
Yeah. His hands will start to glow, and he'll put them on Sal's, I suppose, forehead.
Yeah.
And how many hit points do you need to get up to 10?
Sweetie part.
To get, well, I just need 10 because I'm exactly
Oh, you're
at.
saying you have 10 hit points.
Nice.
Oh, I'm very happy with that.
you're
Thank
fine
you.
now.
And I feel like Robert is sort of like using his turn with you. He's like over there. He's like, "What do you want me to do? How can I help?" He's like holding her wound, or his wound, like kind of like trying to be helping.
stop the bleeding.
'Cause he doesn't really have anything to do.
He
and
helps
it's too
the
far.
entrails kind of go nicely back into place. As it
He's
goes.
tucking
Ahmed.
your intestines backwards.
Do you stat block for those short swords? Ahmed, what are the stats
stat
on your
block for
short
the short
swords?
swords. Yeah. It's stat block is
Are they stronger than a dagger?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Garrus will be like to
It's
Robert.
a D6. It's a D6 if that's what you mean. A D6
Oh, I
piercing.
think the dagger's the same. Hold on.
Oh,
D4.
daggers or D4?
Oh, sweet. Then, Garrus will turn to Robert Thompson, take out his dagger, be like, "Here, take that. Give me that," and take the short sword off him. And now I have a short sword and a long sword.
Nice.
That's awesome.
He's like, okay.
Just in case something comes over here, I need to fuck it up, and the dagger's pretty weak.
Cool. Erica, it's your turn.
Very much appreciated. Goodbye, Garrus. Thank you.
Where are you going?
I'm not very happy. Where is everybody right
Start a
now?
new
Away?
Brea and Kala are fighting currently.
Okay. Well, me having felt awful, I'm just shifting now by choice into a wolf. By choice.
Okay. My choice.
By choice.
Cool. Yeah, you shift into a wolf.
That's about how he sounds right now, honestly.
Perfect.
Okay. He's just gonna stay like that. He's gonna stay there and wait, and just he's gonna wait. If anything shows up, he'll bite it, but he's not moving towards it. He's just staying here.
Amazing. It is the creature's turns. Ahmed, the creature steps away from you, giving you an attack of opportunity. You may make one melee attack. Just one. It's not both.
Here it comes. 23.
That hits.
Damage.
Ooh, nice.
How many?
7.
Perfect.
Slashing.
Yeah. You slice at the creature, and it like takes it, but it pays it no mind. It's eyeing the thing that just shot it with a bow. And it runs full speed towards Brea. Brea, make a dexterity saving throw.
No problem.
It's easy sauce.
22.
22. Yeah, you pass as it like barrels into you and like tries to knock you to the ground, but you step out of its way. It sort of just keeps moving past you. It's like 10 feet beyond you.
Can I make
it's
an
like
attack
5
of
feet, I'd say, right
opportunity too?
behind you. No. It's like 5 feet behind you, so it hasn't left your reach. And then it turns and sneers at you. Kala, it's your turn.
I close and I attack.
Perfect.
This is a 21 for 7 points of damage.
Nice.
And that's the
Excellent.
Berserker hand axe. And here comes the short sword for 22 for 10 points of damage.
Get him, Colin.
Nice. Yeah,
Just-
as you
yeah.
drag your blade across its neck, the thing falls to its knees and dies.
Yeah.
Two of you share a look in the darkness as these creatures sort of expire. And you feel like for the moment, all is quiet. So,
Furious.
We
You're
survived
furious?
camp, y'all.
That was the worst sleep, worst camping I've ever been on.
That was
Okay,
awesome. Are you
fights were
kidding?
fun. Back to
That
bed,
fight was
everybody.
so cool.
Garrus, how much health do you have?
I have 12.
Yeah, Bria's at 2.
Oh, I'm at 3.
Or
I
3.
got a whole Hale and Hardy
Sal
3 hit
went
points
down
to
and is
rub
back
together.
with 10. Robert
Yeah.
Thompson's fine.
Yeah.
Garrus
But currently, he's a wolf.
Phew.
He's not
Garrus will
leaving that
pat
right
Bray
now.
on the back, give her 10 points.
I did not get attacked at all.
No, you're good.
Yeah.
And luckily, because as soon as I'm like I'm a powder keg. As soon as I get
Tick,
touched,
tick, 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 tick,
it
tick.
triggers like it's gonna. Trigger
Yeah,
like,
I haven't even
exactly,
been pulling
exactly.
punches. You haven't been that
I
important of a
know
target at
it's
the times.
and it's yeah. I
Keep
guess-
it up.
Cool.
I guess,
So
far, so good.
feel like there's a moment, it lingers in the air as you all sort of head back to your bedrolls. You see the blood stains on all of your packs. The fire is like dim now with the flames that Robert had sort of spurred to life from where you were. What do you do?
I am.
Oh, I go back to sleep. I grab
Yeah.
Robert and I say, "Good work," and I lovingly hold him this time as we go to sleep.
Oh,
Brea's like,
He did
You-
good.
you don't understand. There could be more of them out there.
yeah.
There's a building back there. I saw it on my watch. There's ruins.
There
where
are
these
always
creatures-
more.
I'm sure I'm sorry, Kala, are you not afraid?
Yeah, Robert's like not having it. He's like, fuck off. He like stands back. He's like, are you kidding me right now? He's like, your friend is like died a few seconds ago.
It got
And
better.
you barely survived. What do you mean there's a building over there? He says towards you, Brea.
Ruins something. When I was keeping watch there, I saw movement outside of the firelight, and I investigated. I didn't see anything. I thought it was maybe some creature, so I followed my instinct to this ruin, and I thought it was nothing, but there could be more of them hiding back there, and I don't want to sleep until we know that we're safe.
So that actually brings an interesting dilemma, because on one hand, Sal has gotten very close to death, but on the other, he's currently a wolf and is going to be sniffing around the camp anyway to see if the area is clear. But if Brea's saying that, I think he's going to be like having to walk up to her, looking as attentive as possible, because we got to go check out what these random ruins are that she saw. Because last time we let our guard down, somebody got kicked in the face and died.
And who was it? You.
Yeah, it was
Someone
sad.
salty.
So what were these officially?
Red caps.
Officially, they were nothing. You don't know what they were.
You know
They
nothing.
didn't have red
Well, they didn't
caps
vanish.
on their
we can
their
look
backs.
at them. We can
Yeah, you can
investigate
look at them. They look like, well, this.
Can
I love them so much.
Little
So what is
gremlin
it? Is that
Santa.
a gnome? You said it's a red cap.
No, you don't know what it is. It's not a gnome. You sort of look at it, and
Well, I'm
you get the
speculating.
impression that it's like maybe Fey.
Does
Fey.
Can we look at him again? His little symbol on the side of his thing, is that a lion's head or just that coincidence?
Ah.
oh, that better
How
not
fun
be.
is that?
It looks like some sort of jungle
Garrett
cat.
pieces it together. He recognizes that the emblem that's like stitched into their hat is not like it sort of has a bit of a. It's recently.
That is
attached.
feline.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. He figured it out. Yeah.
Well, this wouldn't be them, because then we would know that this is what we're walking into. I was expecting humans, so that tells me more that that group we're walking towards no longer exists. Like, I don't think if we're assuming that is the lion's head like insignia, I don't think these are the lion head. I think these came from the lion head, and this is all that's left.
They killed the lion head,
Yeah.
and they took their emblems and
If we
Yeah.
show it to
them on
Robert
their
Thompson,
hats.
does he say anything? Does look? Do you
Yeah, he
recognize
sort of
this?
looks. He looks at it and solemnly stands up and he says, "That's their emblem, yeah. But I don't know what the hell those things are."
Little bastards is what they are.
Yeah, you said it.
They're covered in there's caps soaked in blood.
Yes.
said.
Yep.
Could I?
Yeah, it seems like their caps are soaked in blood.
Now, I know I had a front row seat to the taste, but I was distracted. Can I try and see right now if there's any sort of humaniness to it? Can I?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, you go.
You've
give it
tasted
a
your
little-
share of human blood.
I have. Don't ask
Yeah.
questions about it, but I have. Is that medicine investigation if I'm trying to like actually find out?
Yeah, that's a don't bother.
Oh.
What?
Okay.
How on earth would you know the difference
I
between
imagine
a
they
human?
would taste differently.
Sal eats everything.
There's a certain diet thing that goes in hand
That's
with
like
certain
saying like
species.
you could say the difference between like
Gaminess.
wolf and fucking
Yeah.
human blood.
If
Like,
you ever had a cow that's got a lot of grain or a cow that's got a lot of grass, they're supposed to taste different. And I believe he has enough of a palate that's been abused thoroughly recently.
you know what? On a natural 20, I will let you know if the blood had a lot of grain in its diet, or if it ate a lot of... I don't even know, but we gotta have, like, how would Sal even begin to fathom the taste of blood on a specific species?
You can
I
taste the
love
difference. Grass-fed,
It's
grain-fed
so
beef.
Because
good.
I know that you have certain things
shapeshifts
where
into a wolf, and they
Yeah.
have
True.
very
That's
good
I'm
Snooze.
thinking about the
it.
scene in Lord of the Rings where Gimli touches the blood and it puts it orc blood.
But the difference
Yeah.
the difference is orc blood is like black. Like,
well,
these are
I am
red.
half orc, so
Tasty
maybe
color.
red is the same to me.
Oh,
do
but
it.
was that? So you're saying that was the distinction? Like he had to
couldn't-
like touch
Yeah,
it.
if
to
these
figure
were
that
purple
out.
caps-
Could have just
like
looked
orc
at it
blood.
to see that. Right?
Harlan,
It's
Yeah.
black.
Yeah.
what did you say?
He
If I got a natural 20, I could.
Did you get a natural 20?
I did,
you roll it?
sir.
Hang on, I
I
wanna see it, I wanna
did.
see it, I wanna see it, I wanna see it.
It's open for you all.
Wow.
24
There it is.
for wonderful
There you
total.
go.
All right.
There it is.
Yeah.
She rolled it.
She walks up.
I'm looking at
and
it
she-
on D&D Beyond.
and she sniffs
Verified.
it. And I mean, can sharks even tell what type of blood?
This shark
Okay.
can.
You should be able to tell that sort of thing in terms of like what's attracting sort of you should be able to tell that. Certain health conditions have differences in that. There's different blood types out there.
Yeah.
You should be
She
able
can
to
figure
tell
it
the difference.
You
with a
can't.
20.
Okay.
With a
can't
20,
taste
she
it.
should be able to figure out if it's
You
diabetic.
can't taste it.
There is a blood scientist in our midst. So Joe,
Yes.
is there any way in the universe for someone to taste blood and know whether it's A, B positive, or O, or whatever? Is there any logical
No.
way that would make any
Species.
sense whatsoever?
You cannot differentiate between the glycoproteins that designate
Okay, but I will
blood
give you.
group.
But here's
Just
the issue,
using
Sal.
your
Here's where I'm
little
going
tongue.
with this.
No, you
So
can't.
we can do a number of things with your natural 20, and I'll let you apply it. If you want to track the blood, of course, sharks do it all the time.
Wait.
If you want to decipher whether it's humanoid in origin, that doesn't even need a roll because they just we know orcs don't have red blood. Whatever. Give me something I can benefit you with, because
So
even
I
if I
just-
said, yeah, this is human blood.
I'll take the
I think
first
Erica
one.
has some
Take
text
A.
to
I
read
just wanted
to us.
to one last push. I
It
half
is great.
Googled chicken blood versus cow blood tastes. And in one of the Google summaries, it said something who reported the differences in protein and isoleucine, lysine, and methionine contents of bovine, porcine, and poultry blood. That means there are differences in the chemical makeup among species. Therefore, I should be able to tell a difference between a human versus a different species.
Okay. You're right.
Yay!
So as you taste this blood, it tastes
Slurp it up.
like a creature you've never tasted before, nor have heard of. Because this species exists on a land that no one's been on for hundreds of thousands of years.
You know what? I actually, not only one, am I so happy that you allowed that, and two, so delighted I rolled a 20, but three, I'm actually very satisfied that as a character, because Sal's here looking for something that you can't get back home. If this is something he's never tasted,
Squeeze it into a bottle.
find the source!
No, no. First and foremost, if these things are wearing an emblem in sort of a conscriptual manner, they're not. They didn't kill. I'll give you this. I'll do the deductions for you.
Okay.
If anything, they're working for the lion's head or tangentially with them. They didn't slaughter the lion's head. These don't seem like the kind of people that would wear this emblemage for any other reason than they'd be working for them. So that push that right out of your worries.
Okay.
Secondly, if these creatures existed here and this is part of their customs, the blood that they more than likely soak their hats and stuff into is probably a species of humanoid that is much more, let's say, commonplace over here, and thus not needing for the only humans who have arrived here 2 months ago to be their source of existence.
I'll make you a deal, Harlan.
Yep.
With this
do it.
20, can I remember the taste?
With this 20,
it's our little catalog.
not only can you remember the taste, but if you ever smell the creature in your human form,
Ooh, I like
I
that.
will let you deduce what it is.
That's
Yes!
Nice.
Best!
start a smell.
I'm gonna give some XP to Erica for definitely the fucking weirdest natural 20 roll.
Good job, Erica.
Thank you.
Because I don't know what that all was. Anyway, Robert's like, ruins?
Yeah.
He's like, we should check them out probably.
Yeah.
And then Cal is asleep.
Yeah.
If it's empty, it will be more defensible than just out in the open. If it's not,
And he's like, but then he steps back. He's like, look, I don't care. If you want to go to sleep, let's go to sleep and we can do it tomorrow. I'm just saying. Seems like last time they attacked us because the person didn't go to look.
You know what?
But now they're also all
There's
dead.
literally no way of knowing.
There's no way of knowing.
No way of knowing.
And then a red cap rolls over and he goes, it was because she...
I step on his face. Yeah, I think Brea wants to go.
Her fault.
I shoot him with an arrow.
Yeah.
the head's just rolling, going hair bomb, hair bomb.
No one died. We're fine. Brea wants to go and investigate the ruins before
Yeah.
she goes to sleep, just because she's feeling really uncomfortable, and I think she's feeling a little guilty. Frankly, she would never. She'd never be okay with herself if her traveling companions were murdered later on in the night because of some hunch that she has. So even if you guys want to go to bed, she's still going to go and prowl around
No,
just
Garrus
to
will
sort
go
of
too.
assuage her own fears.
Perfect.
Garrus fucked
Yeah.
up the perception check, so he'll go too.
He feels guilty. Excellent. The two of you go as the wolf walks around eating the red caps. And
I'm not even surprised anymore. I think Sal just tends to his own
and Cal is just
curiosity.
He's working.
and Cal is just sleeping.
Like a weird bloodhound
Totally.
who needs to eat the scent target first.
Garrus and Brea, I think Robert Thompson comes along too.
Cool.
In the still of the night, the three of you approach.
He's
this
got a torch
building.
now.
Yeah. And as you approach, you recognize the mason work almost immediately. It's very similar to the temple and the windmill, dwarven stonework. Only the layout of this building seems very different. It sort of sits in an L shape. There was a courtyard here long ago, the walls now smashed, and the profile of this building sits sort of low in the landscape. You approach slowly where you did before to see the double doors open, the interior vacant and quiet. You share a nervous look as you enter. I imagine you sort of go room to room.
I'll do my
Envisioning.
the thing where I can sense if shit's around. Divine sense.
Yeah. What does
Detect
that
good and
sense?
evil. As an action, you can detect good and evil until the end of your next turn. You can sense anything affected by the Hallow spell or know the location of any celestial, fiend, undead within 60 feet that is not behind total cover. You can use the feature 3 times per long rest, and it has proved incredibly useless. So I'm going to use it.
Perfect. Yeah. So you do that as you walk through, and you see nothing in terms of the creatures that you would expect here. And just for posterity's sake, I'll show you the map, since now there's no need for it, since we never used it. Here's the
Yay.
map that you would have had to fight.
Oh, we were
in.
supposed
Thanks,
to
Simon.
Oh, in there. Oh.
They were sitting and waking like, she's
Oh
fucking
yeah.
gone.
Oh yeah. Until Brea walked up towards the front doors, peeked in, and then left, and they're like,
And I
"Let's
think
go
I said
follow."
something like, I see you in there.
Oh yeah.
I said some stupid
Did.
thing.
Yeah, the thing is,
Are you awake? Wake up and come find
Like
us.
literally, they weren't
I'll
even
be over
laying
here
in wait.
sleeping.
They were like, "Who's that?" And then they're like, "Let's go check out." And they're like
That's-
walking through the woods and like, oh,
It'd be
okay,
rude
cool.
not to kill her now.
Yeah, literally exactly.
But when you think about it, from my perspective,
Hold on, I want to hear this. This is good.
it makes sense. It really does, because I thought maybe it was just a groundhog or something. Okay, I know that we literally have seen 0 creatures except for locusts, and canonically,
Like, it's canonically one of the things I really highlighted
For sure,
for
there's, like,
reasons.
nothing around,
Like,
but-
it's almost as if I like purposefully highlighted
what
it,
if there
and
was-
then gave you something that moves in the dark to give you the muscle memory of like, oh,
But-
I know the DM established that there's no creatures in this world, therefore.
But in my defense, what if there was just one bear, and he was sleepy?
True.
I see you too. Watch out for those guys. They're
Good
mean.
night.
I'm actually on board with that. That's legit.
Great.
And I wanted you guys to get a good sleep. Like, what's worse than a companion who's like, guys, there was an owl. It's
All right.
Well,
Anyway, you gotta go to work soon.
Get-
So
getting
you
kicked
walk.
awake.
You walk into the building to sort of scout about, and just giving you this so you can have a little memory. Are you crying? Or are you picking your nose?
I have a runny nose.
Oh, okay. Let's focus on that.
Everyone,
For a second.
take a look at this. Ready?
Anyway, so you move through the building,
I thought I had a moment.
and with context clues, you sort of piece together that this was a monastery, a dwarven monastery. Well, turn off your camera, lady. I'm not your keeper.
Get it out. Just
I've got a
blow it out.
question.
Yeah.
How do we know? Is this different from the church in that it's specifically a monastery, or
Yes.
okay?
Yes. Yeah. Well, I mean, you're not there, but
Oh,
you'll
sorry.
learn that after.
Okay.
Well, you
Forgot.
you're a wolf,
I forgot.
and you
That's
decided
true,
not
that's
to
true.
come.
We're just shouting about. Looks like a monastery.
And other redcaps in the woods are like, "What? Let's go. Let's get these. This
It'd be
guy.
rude not to.
We didn't teach them the lesson the first time. Let's double down." So you move through the monastery, sort of kicking over things and looking at what this place was. And
Foolhardily.
there's a quiet moment as you enter the sort of main chamber. It's fallen to ruin. And Robert is standing over a text that lays open. And he turns to you, Garrus, as you enter. And he's like, "Hey, look at this." And he holds the
It says, "Hey, are you
thing
up?"
over.
Sorry.
And he says,
Yeah, look at it.
as he looks at it,
You
it's
up?
It's a text.
he says, "I think this might have something to do with what's going on in the place." And he closes the book, and he hands it to you, Garrus. And he's like, "I think this is important." And yeah,
Can I read
think-
it?
Yeah, you can, but let's save it for the start of next session
Boom.
because I think it'll be more meaningful then. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight. This has been a lot of fun. Great job surviving that. I'm sad that Sal died, but you
He
know
got
what?
better.
Yeah,
go
he got a
better.
sweet deal out of it.
It won't be the first
I
time
don't
anyway.
really perceive it as dying, like he died.
Look,
'Cause
everyone dies.
She's unconscious.
He didn't even
multiple
roll his
times.
He
first.
fell
look,
down
that's
for a
it.
little minute. He's okay.
Yeah, I mean, you're fine. Just pick yourself up and dust yourself off.
It's like with a toddler. You're like, you're fine. You're fine.
yeah,
just
if you
don't-
don't pay
It was
attention,
just a
then
second
it will be
to
fine.
stop breathing.
There is that
Ladies and
movie
gentlemen,
locked
we'll be
eyes.
back next Tuesday night at 7:30 with another episode of Hereafter, the First Fire, Chapter 14. Please, if you have the means, consider donating to our friend at this GoFundMe link, 27 lowercase b 098 lowercase d5. Hopefully
Catchy.
there's a catchier one. That is it from us. Have a wonderful night and a wonderful week. And as always, as my good friend Erica always likes to say,
If there's no enemies around, it's because they're friends.
frenemies! Good night!